irritate you that much?
We're going live. We're live.
All right, so we're live right now.
Yeah, May 1st, 8:47.
All right, so it's two TIs talking, and we're live on air. Me over here in Sweden and Andy New York
You
in
know,
New York.
I was gonna warn you, but I said if I warn you, they're not gonna go by like that. They can't.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by it, but I'm okay. I'm okay with being on air.
But you know, it's funny when I'm on air, it doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, they will calm things down when you're. I've noticed that too when I'm live streaming. Since I started live streaming every time I go outside, they have dialed down the skits and they have to be more discreet. That's why I recommend, part of why I recommend TIs to document, record when they're outside, and if they need to go live, because it forces the perps to dial down the harassment and not be as intense with it.
Hmm.
I think that's why fake TIs will, like Scott. I believe he's a fake. I think that's why he will say things like he will try to get TIs not to document. I can tell he's trying to get TIs not to document. Don't waste your time recording them. Don't record them. Basically, that's the message Scott gives you. Don't record them. Like, don't document. Um, that's a dumb idea. That's bad advice. If it makes the targeting less intense, then it's a good thing to do.
You know, I've met with a lot of TIs in person. One of the things that the fakes would do is you would be going somewhere, like you say the two of you are walking, and then all of a sudden they'll just change plan mid mode. You know what I mean? Basically, like what you said, to be spontaneous.
Yeah. Yeah, don't make plans and don't always do the same thing. Be unpredictable. That helps. Don't always show up at the same store, the same thing at the same time. For
No,
example,
but when you're with somebody, you don't do you do stuff like that? No, right? Like if you think another person's a TI and y'all together,
I don't meet
I feel
TS.
like
I
a
don't,
lot
I
of
don't know any real TS over here in Sweden.
oh, like the ones that I've met who I think that I'm a little suspect of, they always do that. Like say if we're walking and we're like, oh, we're about to go to the McDonald's,
Yeah.
and we'll be walking, and then at the last second they'll turn and they'll be like, no, let's go inside here. Let's go inside this Burger King right here, and they'll just turn and just go inside, and they'll constantly keep doing things like that.
Yeah, I mean, you're taking a lot of chances meeting all these people who claim to be TIs in the flesh too.
Mhm. Yeah. You know the rapper Cameron? Or I think I already
I've
told
heard
you
of
about
him.
this.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
And you know how he grew up with Mace, the rapper Mace or whatever.
All right.
So he had a story about how no, he was on Drink Champs. He was doing an interview, and they were asking him like, "Why don't you hang out with Mace anymore?" And he said because Mace keeps poking the bear. And he used an example. He said every time he'll say Mace will call him and be like, "Yo, come to this party at 125th Street, right?" And then when Cameron show up, Mace wouldn't be there. Mace would be like at another party. He'd be like, "No, that party's whack. Come over here. Come down to 260th Street." And then Cameron said, "When I would go to 260th Street, Mace would be gone. He'd be like, oh, come to my house. We're making records over here." And he said Mace is always doing that.
It's like he's trying to. He feels like he's trying to set him up to get him to go to a certain place, and they got something prepared for him there.
Yeah.
Sounds
But
similar
it
to
reminds me of the
Tupac.
program.
Sounds similar to what I watched a Tupac documentary, and before he went to Vegas and got shot, allegedly he said to people that he didn't want to go to Vegas and he thought the people were trying to set him up somehow, and he said something about I will not go to Vegas with these sell-out N-words, and yeah, so it's like he felt it coming. He knew something was. It sounds similar to that.
Yeah.
And the night that Tupac got shot, Tupac used to wear a body armor all the time because he got shot before. And the
And he
night
didn't
that he
have
got
any.
shot, he was in the hotel room getting ready, and he was about to put on his body armor, and then it's like, oh, it's too hot. I don't want to sweat. It's too hot today. I'm not gonna wear it. And then he got shot. So he might have been alive if he had wore his body armor today.
And it's funny, like stuff like that is always happening. You remember the rapper Nipsey Hussle,
I've
one who
heard of him,
died
but
like 2 years ago?
not too familiar.
He always has bodyguards with him all the time. But the day he died, he went on a spontaneous run.
All right.
He didn't tell security. He just made a spontaneous run, and on that spontaneous run, he died.
Yeah.
It's just insane. You know the rapper Pop Smoke.
Nope.
Oh man, he was a rapper from Brooklyn.
Okay.
In New York, he's pretty popular. Like he was on his way to stardom, and he went to LA on vacation. He got killed. But what's funny about that though, if you listen to the 911 call carefully, you can hear like he got betrayed by his friends, his close friends. You understand what I'm saying?
That's usually how they get to you. I'm typing my channel like into the chat if people want to find my YouTube
Oh
channel.
yeah, that's cool.
Put in my channel.
Someone came on here earlier, but she had to go.
All right.
And she said that she's finding out with time that a lot of the YouTube TRs are not real.
That's good. That's good. TS need to know that. It could cost you your life, and I'm not exaggerating. It could cost you your life if you listen to a fake controlled TI.
Life and death.
I think they even mock you. Like my personal opinion is that Scott Snitzer, when I analyze his page, it looks like Freemason mockery. The Illuminati, the secret societies will do that in their movies, in the music, in the media. They will kind of mock the masses, and they will tell on themselves. It's almost like they're warning you. And on Scott's page, I'm seeing a lot of. It looks like they're like mocking the viewer to be like, if you keep listening to Scott, the answer of a death. They're showing like a skull. They're showing you all these three threes, and a downward spiral. Like a lot of his videos have a thumbnail. A lot of them, I think there's like 5 of them or 6 maybe, where the thumbnail is like a downward spiral. They do things like that.
Yeah.
They hide things in plain sight to like mock people and to like warn them, and they feel like, well, we warned them. Like they're too dumb to see it. If they could see it, they would know.
You should watch that guy. What's his name? Ari the set videos. Even though he's not biblical, but he talks about he says a lot of truths. He talks about. He always talks about how like the same thing you're saying. Like he always uses examples of how like they love to show you that stuff in movies. You know.
Predictive programming, foreshadowing, esoteric, occult symbology, and yeah.
And what's funny is he never said he was a target individual ever, like in any of his YouTube videos. But like, I did research on him, and when I went back to like one of his old profiles, like MySpace, he was talking about being gang stalked and target individuals. But on his ministry page, he never talks about it.
Maybe he used to be one, and then it's different possibilities. I don't know enough to be able to say for sure, but different possibilities. One possibility is that he started out being a real TI, then he got turned, and now he doesn't talk about it. Or maybe he's instead like perping on people who listen to him. And it could also be that he is a real TI, and it's like, well, it doesn't help the ministry. It makes it harder to get God's word out there and get people saved if I talk about this other stuff too. So yeah, I don't know enough to say for sure, but there's different possibilities there.
Right. He has another video where he talks about society. He has like a whole deck of cards, right? And he shows you like the 2s, those are like the middle class. And then he keeps going up, like the 3s, the 4s, like the jacks, that's like the noble people. The 10s, those are like the rich. The king, queen, those are like the Rothschilds, like the top people in society.
Yeah.
And then he has the 2 jokers. He has the big joker and the little joker. He says that the little joker are like targeted individuals. Those are the people that are scapegoated by society. And the big joke he says of celebrities, and he says like they're two sides of the same coin, basically. Yes, interesting video.
There are some similarities to celebrities and target individuals.
I've noticed that too a lot.
I mean, there are some similarities, like, yeah, I don't have to get into it. I mean, it gets into crazy talk territory.
Yes, you're right. But you know what he says in that video? He says that like a lot of no, he has a video on celebrities, and he says that celebrities are really like victims. You know, they're people that society dump on or scapegoat.
The thing
Like
is,
it looks like it's
people have been conditioned. People have been conditioned by the Illuminati to trust celebrities, to put them on a pedestal, and to worship celebrities. That's how it works. That's why they use the celebrities to promote the vaccine and wearing masks
no,
and
but
stuff. And pretty much every celebrity got the
right.
corona, and they'll
But
post
what he's
about it.
really saying is that celebrities never really people don't really love them.
Okay.
You know, like you always say, Michael Jackson says he never had one true friend. It's because like they don't love him; they love like the image of him.
Not the real him.
You know, not the real him. And you know what's funny? I have a like some like one of my best friends is like a celebrity now.
Okay.
You know, we used to sleep over each other's house and all of that. It's funny, like you would think everyone would gravitate towards him and be around him, but it's the opposite. And that's what Ari talks about in his videos. Like most people think that when celebrities get big, people latch to them. But most of the time it's the complete opposite because people don't like the influence that they have.
Yeah,
You
and a
understand
lot
what I'm
of
trying to
times
say?
they will isolate themselves too from the public.
But at the same time, he's saying like, all right, say for instance you were with Michael. Say for instance, who's a big celebrity right now? Say you was with the Queen, right?
Yeah,
You would feel uncomfortable around her, or most people
probably,
would,
probably.
because they feel like her influence is too strong. You understand
Yeah.
what I mean? Like she'll be making you do like, oh, Mike, I need you to sweep the kitchen floor.
You mean her power, basically.
Yeah, basically a power. So he's saying like society tells us that people really want to be around celebrities and they want to leech on them, but most of the time it's the opposite. Like they really don't want to be near them because their power is too much. You get what I'm trying to say?
That people are a bit scared, maybe.
Yeah. Like you know the story is Michael Jackson left his brothers. When he got big, Jackson 5, he left his brothers. But it could be the opposite that his brothers left him because now he has too much of power, too much of influence.
Yeah,
You
it
get what
could
I'm trying
also
to say?
be also another thing that happens when people become celebrities. All of a sudden, like relatives they haven't heard from for 10 years comes like, hey, they want to be like best buddies with them because they got money and stuff. So a lot of times
Yeah.
it can be the opposite, like friends from like school
But
and
from my
people
experience,
who
I feel
haven't
like
talked to
you're
you.
right.
Suddenly
Right.
they want to talk to you and be around you.
But I don't think they really want to be around them. They just want to get what they can get and like leave. They don't really want to be around them, be
Mike
around them.
Tyson talked about that leeches. If you watch the documentary, I think it's called Iron Mike Tyson or something. It's a documentary from not like the most recent ones, but like an older one. He talks about like leeches, how he would be surrounded by leeches, and they would have a
Right.
symbiotic relationship where he would like them leeching off of him, and they would like leeching off of him.
Right. Another example he used was he's saying that celebrities say they're around a bunch of people, friends and family, and they get hurt.
Yeah.
They can never really complain to anybody about it. You understand what I mean? Anything that happens to them is diminished.
Yeah, and a lot of celebrities are not good people. I take part with this guy called Jordan Peterson. I used to listen to him more. And he wrongfully believes that we live in a competence-based hierarchy, that like people at high-ranking positions, it could be celebrities, politicians, whatever, they are there based on their competency. He believes that we live in a world where the best rise to the top, like highest quality people rise to the top, people with the highest IQ, the highest competency, they rise to the top. That's not true. Like the way people who are famous or in high position of society today, they are either let to get there, other people are blocked, like me, for example, being a total individual. I'm blocked. Other people are either they're like, okay, we'll let this guy do his thing, and they might get success, or they just make them. They make them have success. We don't live in a competence-based hierarchy. We live in an evil hierarchy.
But it's funny, celebrities are right with TIs. They're on the bottom of society. You know, they're objects to be
Depends how
marveled at. They're not.
it depends how you
Their
look at it.
feelings don't matter. You understand? Like their feelings don't matter. Like you're worth billions of dollars. You're famous. So what do you know? What does your feelings matter?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I think to me, it looks more like it's in general people look up to celebrities and worship them more, and they take them more seriously than they should, and they
But they're not
overvalue
really
them.
worshiping the person. They're worshiping a shell of that person. You understand? They're worshiping the image of that person.
Yeah,
Like Michael Jackson, even his biography, he said he didn't have one true friend.
that's lonely
You know?
existence.
Yeah, because like the people around him, uh, yeah, people around him were
Yeah,
basically.
that's why yeah, forget about it. I'm not gonna talk about it. But yeah, I hear what
You
you're
ever seen
saying.
a movie called Chasing Liberty with Mandy Moore?
I don't think so.
She was the president's daughter,
All right.
and the reason why I bring that up is because she got with a guy who she thought was just a regular guy, but the guy was working for Secret Service because she wanted to get away from her father. So she met this guy like in a bar somewhere, and this guy ended up being Secret Service.
All
So
right.
finally, at the end, he revealed himself that he's like, "I'm sorry, I work for your dad," or blah blah blah. And she goes crazy, like, "How could you?" You know? And he says that, "I'm sorry, but we have to watch you." He said, "We're everywhere. Like everywhere where you go, you think we're not there, we're there." And then they have like a pointer. You know, video games they have a pointer. They have a pointer like over all the people in the environment who are Secret Service, and it's just insane. It's like little kids, mothers walking their dogs.
I'm
Like,
looking at
you
your YouTube
know,
channel right now. I'm just looking at the comments. I'm trying to scan for perps, like people I feel. I'm looking at comments to
oh,
see if I see some comments on your YouTube that might be perps.
oh, my channel.
Yeah. I see. Do you have it set up so anybody can post on your comments and it get posted immediately under the video?
Yeah, I don't think a
Okay.
lot of people post on my channel though.
They probably hide it. My channel is censored. I mean, I think you're a real TI, so I know my channel gets censored because I'm a retarded individual. And if you're a
Mhm.
retarded individual and you look like a retarded individual to me from talking to you, then yeah, you're gonna be censored. Real TIs are censored. The fakes are promoted. People like Ella, FFTI, she's promoted. They're made to be popular. They get fake success. And Scott Snitzer too. They have fake
Mhm.
success. Real TIs they work to keep us hidden from people, to crowd us out and to keep us hidden from people.
Mhm.
Now, if you're a real TI who gets into crazy talk, and you start talking about V2K and stuff like that, they might actually like promote you a little bit because they want that out there.
Mhm.
Somebody came
You
into
know
the
what's
chat and said
wild?
hello.
Yeah. Hey, Ashley. You know what's wild? It was
What?
this dude I used to watch on YouTube who used to talk about colognes and all of that, right? And like 2 years later, I found another dude who looked just like him.
All right.
But like based off of looking at it, I kind of found out like they were the same person. You know what I'm trying to say?
So you think he had like double identities?
Yeah, but his job, he was an actor. Like that was his main profession. He was an actor, and he both talked about the same topic, and he both looked the same. He just changed up a little bit. He had like a
Right.
different hairstyle and glasses.
Okay.
And I just brought that up to say like maybe guys like Scott, like their whole thing is fake. You know,
Yeah.
maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's not.
Maybe doesn't even live at the address. Like he used to give his address.
Yeah.
I know that when I when I was looking into him, you could find like he would write comments. I would find like on message boards and stuff. He would write comments like his full name. I'm Scott Snitzer. I live in this address. Stop gang stalking me, pretty much. Like my neighbors, like stop doing this and that. You can find channels. I found comments like that on forums that
Mhm.
he had made those comments.
Yeah,
That might be all fake. He
I
might
did
like have
research
his.
on him too. He typed his address online before. The dude,
Yeah, it's pretty wild
yeah.
being a TI. I didn't expect you would go
Yeah.
live, but it's okay. Was it that you felt like they were
Um,
starting to do weird things and you wanted to catch them live?
yeah. I didn't even plan on all that.
I might do a TL live stream within a week. Within a week, I've been a little bit clouded. I haven't been as sharp mentally as I normally am. I suspect I've been drugged and or poisoned, and I will have to double down. I will do a C flush every day, maybe 2 times a day, and see if I feel better within a week. And we'll see. Possibly do a live stream within a week.
Right.
TL live
Flush.
stream. Yeah, C flush every day.
They don't like hearing that.
Yeah, they don't want TS to know how to protect themselves against toxins, and how to flush like toxins out of the system and neutralize toxins and venoms and stuff. They want to be able to drug and poison TIs, and they want TIs to think that it's all technology. That's what I think. That's my assessment after looking at things. The reason they hype technology, one, to make themselves sound insane, discredit themselves and you as another total individual, and also to make real TIs think that when they're being drugged and poisoned, they want them to think that it's technology, so they want to take action to protect themselves the right way.
Mhm. Make it seem like something else.
Yeah.
You know, I was saying you should start that video, that film analyst channel, because I feel like it could really blow up.
Maybe I should. The thing is, yeah, maybe I should. Maybe I should just download the videos that I have that I already done, like movie decodes. I can't decodes because somebody put code in there. The Illuminati that control the secret societies, the Freemasons that control Hollywood, they put a little code in movies. So what I do is decode it. So I call it like decodes. Maybe I should download the ones I have. I have one about a movie called Always on my channel, and Fight Club, and then on my secondary channel that has like 15 subs. On my main channel I have 200 something. Growing slowly but steadily. On my other channel I just started as a backup channel. I have a long movie decode, like the Ghost Dog movie I sent to you. It's a pretty good movie. And
Those dope.
maybe I should download all those videos, make a dedicated channel that's like all about movie decodes, and then I put up the ones I already made and start making new ones.
Ghost Dog.
That's a good movie. I was watching that before today, actually. Before we started talking,
Really?
when I was eating before. I did 2 mad today. I ate 2 times. Sometimes I do all mad, eat 1 time a day. But when I had my first meal, I was watching the movie Ghost Dog. They got it on YouTube. It might get pulled down for copyright, but right now they have it on YouTube, so you can watch it.
The guy I watched, his name is Rob Ager.
All right.
That's his profession, film analyst, and he does film analyst, but you have to pay to watch some film analyst he does.
I feel like
You know,
I should
his
be paid because I tell people deep truth. I go cut to the core. Like I've seen some analysts and they talk about some things, but I go really deep with it. I show them like
Right.
this is the Freemason symbology. They put this in there. They put that in there. So I
You
feel
know,
like
you know what he does though? He has his YouTube page is not monetized, but he has his film analyst, and then he has his website where you could pay like 99 cent, 50 cent, 99 cent for film analysts. You understand?
All right.
So he would do, say he does the movie Alien, he would do Alien 2 on his website, or a deeper analyst on his website. You understand what I mean? Where you have to pay like 50 cent or 99 cent.
Kind of like
That's what he does for a living.
Patreon. Like
Yeah,
Patreon.
he has a Patreon now too, where people could like recommend movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But what's crazy is that what he does, he has a copyright. He has a copyright on his page that he says if anybody's doing film analysts, just copy it, just take this copyright, and they'll never take down your videos. because he like works in the film industry. It's something that he puts. I'll send it
And
to you.
it's this section 107, right? I think it could be that. That's what I use. The section 107
Yes,
copyright disclaimer.
yes. He uses it. It's
And
like for educational purposes.
yeah. That's what I do too.
Uh-huh.
And I will say it too. Like I will sometimes on there. I started doing that. Before I used to just put it in the description box, section 107. But now I will say it like sometime in the movie. Like, this is fair use. I claim the
Yeah.
fair use exemption. Da 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 da. Da.
Something I didn't get about your analyst though, when you said the ice cream guy represented like the Freemason.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. I thought the ice cream guy was like his best friend.
Friendship with the world is enmity with God. Whosoever therefore shall be a friend of the world is an enemy of God.
So that guy represented the world basically.
And who controls the world? Secret societies, Freemasons. The Bible is key to understanding. Sometimes you gotta hold it back a little bit because if people are not Christian, the deepest truth is always like the Christian. Like the key to understanding is the Bible. That helps if
Wasn't he
like
right? Wasn't he trying to help Ghost Dog though?
yeah. But he's also serving him poison. He's also giving him ice cream. Yeah, this is it's kind of deep. It's some things are pretty hard to explain. I gotta be in my right frame of mind.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but
Ghost
they
Dog. I've
put
been
a lot of
recommending it to people.
yeah, they put a lot of Christian stuff. It's like the Freemasons know Christianity, and they know that like yeah, this is what God does for His children. This is how God works in save people's lives. Like they know things, even though they're not Christian themselves. It's like they somehow they know it. I gotta get some more water. I'll be right back. Okay.
Uh,
Ladies, Sweden, it's 3:15 in the middle of the night.
oh, it's 3:15 a.m. over there. You know what's wild?
Just be careful. I see you drop the link there in the chat. Just be careful so you don't get porn bombed. That's a way that they will try to shut down your stream. If you talk about things that they don't like being talked about, they can send somebody in here and they will like show porn when they join the live stream, and then YouTube will delete the video. You gotta be careful about that. That happened to me in the TL live stream. So that live stream is not on my channel anymore. There was a black dude showing up in StreamYard studio, like backstage, and he was just sitting normally, like sitting like this in his kitchen. And then I'm like, okay, add him to stream, and I was gonna ask him how he got on. And then as soon as I let him on StreamYard, it switched to playing porn. Like he's where I'm sitting now. First he's sitting there, suddenly it's showing like playing porn on this side, like half of the screen. And YouTube pulled down the video, deleted the video.
It was sick.
Yes, you gotta be careful.
You know, it was this prayer group I was a part of
Yeah.
that got like porn bombed, like this dude porn bombed the whole, like it was on Telegram, and they
Yeah,
couldn't delete him.
They're also legit trolls. They think it's
Yeah,
funny
legit
to troll
troll.
Christians, but there are also people who work for the government to do that to shut down your information, to censor you pretty much.
You know,
So what do you
sometimes it's
think
kind
about
of
my? Did you see my movie analysis of the movie Ghost Dog, by the way?
yeah. I seen some of it.
What do you think? Do you think other people will understand it? Like if somebody
Yeah.
else watched it, do you think they will understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's pretty dope.
All right, thanks. I appreciate that.
I think it's dope.
I was thinking maybe if somebody's not a Christian, it would sound like crazy talk to them.
Nah. It sounds dope.
I have a
You
crazy
know,
talk alone.
I drink this juice that I ordered from the Chinese store,
All right.
and I feel like I'm being like I'm poisoned, like I'm drinking a little bit.
You should probably not drink anymore and take some vitamin C. That's always the answer, vitamin C. If you got a health problem, you drug poison, feel sick, tired, more vitamin C. And I really think you should order some Gold C from Amazon. It's not that expensive. You can buy like a
Oh
240
shit.
capsule. They have a 240 capsules of capsules. So it's the same. I buy the powder. You've seen me mix the powder, like pure vitamin C crystals. They take that, they put in a capsule. So it's 1 gram in each capsule, makes it easy. So if you're like, okay, I want to take 1 gram, you take one capsule. If you want to take 2 grams, take two capsules. And it makes it easy to dose. Or you could do what I do, buy the powder, the bicarb, mix it in water. But yeah, that'll do a lot for you, like mega dose of vitamin C. Getting at least 10 grams, and then with the C flush, at least once a week, that's gonna help you a lot. Even if somebody's healthy, they're gonna feel even better if you do that.
You know, I didn't want to get the C that I got yesterday, but the person I was with insisted that I get that C and magnesium. I like getting my vitamins from like the vitamin shop.
Yeah,
Those were at Walgreens.
maybe they have Gold C, California Gold C. You can just ask them if they have California Gold C. You don't even have to buy it the first time. You can just ask them if they got it, and you can like spend a day in the city, and then at a random time you walk inside.
There's a guy on Ray Peat forum. He sells vitamins. Supposedly, like they think he's like his vitamins are the best. Like everyone on his site uses his vitamins.
Okay.
He has C, vitamin D.
Yeah, people try to make money sometimes. They will claim that this is the best you can get on. When it comes to vitamin C, there's no better vitamin C than other vitamin C's. You go by the cheapest. Because what ascorbic acid is, it's like sugar. It's a white crystal. It's not like sugar. Sugar is toxic. So it's actually the opposite to that. But it's like buying salt, table salt or sugar. It's like it's a crystal. There's nothing else. It's just a crystal. It's salt or it's sugar. If you got ascorbic acid and it's always ascorbic acid, it's no difference. It's really no difference who you buy it from, what brand. So it's just buy the cheapest one you can find. There's only ascorbic acid.
Right.
No fillers, no additives, no flavorings, no colorings, no nothing. Just ascorbic acid. I bought 3 kilos last month. 3 kilos
Oh,
of ascorbic acid.
3 kilos.
Yeah,
Great light.
I think
Yeah.
1 kilo would be 2.2 pounds.
Remember what I was saying? Ray Peat said. He said that he will never take vitamin C.
Yeah, I don't like that guy.
Supplement.
He doesn't know what he's talking about if he's telling people not to take vitamin C. Everybody needs vitamin C. I highly recommend you watch the link I send you to Susan Humphreys, her talk about vitamin C. And
He said in the 60s and 70s he used to recommend it, but now they have a lot of aluminum, a lot of
I
metals.
even get suspicious of him being controlled opposition when he says that, when he tries to get people not to take vitamin C, because it's so important. The elite don't want people to take vitamin C. They want people to be sick and take the big pharma drugs. So anybody who says don't take vitamin C, I'm gonna be suspicious of them being some kind of on the payroll.
But the thing about him is that he's saying if you know how to make your own, you're better off. He's not saying vitamin C. He believes all the effects you're saying is true, but he's saying like the companies that make it, they don't make it the same. You know, he's saying vitamin C is very beneficial. That's why they started putting stuff in it, toxins and stuff in it.
But the
So he
thing is,
doesn't trust any form.
the vitamin C is an antitoxin. So even if there's a little bit of contaminant in there, you're probably better off taking it. and the vitamin C you just have to use more, because some of the vitamin C will go to neutralize the toxin. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced
And
it does that.
vitamin companies, they don't get regulated. It was this guy on YouTube who made a. It was a joke. He made vitamins. He made his own vitamins, but they were really classy, or they were really made of nothing. And he got them to be on GNC shelves and everything because there's no regulation.
Don't they have to get approved by the FDA?
No, no,
All right.
not vitamins. Vitamins don't have to get approved by FDA. So you could
Okay.
basically make make them be made of anything. You get what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say?
But you're not allowed to lie though. You're not allowed to lie and put in like
Like,
call it vitamin C and then it's really like sugar inside. They're not allowed to lie
oh
to
no,
the consumer.
no. You ever seen the movie Bigger, Stronger, Faster?
No, I
I
heard
think
about
it
it.
was. I think it was in a documentary. He made his own vitamins, but he made them like they were sugar pills.
All right.
And he got a celebrity to endorse them, and he got them on the shelves of GNC, even though they were nothing. He was basically trying to
That
show.
sounds like a hit piece. That sounds like the device piece on targeting individuals. It sounds like something the Illuminati does to try to get people to not take vitamins, like a psyop. To me, that's what I think.
But
Yeah.
you know, it's funny. I was bringing this stuff up to Scott. The same
Yeah.
thing I'm telling you, I brought up to Scott, and he was getting infuriated. He was getting infuriated.
I'm getting a little bit infuriated, but I'm keeping under control.
Some say he's read your character to a T. Even getting mad at the stuff you get mad at.
Yeah, I mean, they probably have like videos that he studied on me, like how to act and what I like and what I don't like and stuff. I don't know.
Right.
It's like when an actor is gonna play a role, he would go live with the guy. If
Hmm.
he's still alive, he would go live with the
Right.
guy. Say somebody's gonna play Mike Tyson, and they will like go live with Mike Tyson. They will study video of him talking, and then they will like, yeah, to for the role, like to change
Right.
himself.
This is guy I talked to on Instagram. This Ti.
All right.
I know how you feel, and I'll be recommending. I tell him not to eat out, and I'll be recommending him vitamins and stuff. And he be telling me it doesn't make any sense. We're gonna die anyway.
Well, that's like that's giving up. They'll be like saying that, well, let's say you're talking individual, and every time you go outside, they try to get you to have an accident when you're driving your car, and you'll be like somebody telling you wear a seatbelt when you're driving your car, and you're like, well, it doesn't matter, we're gonna die anyway. Why wear a seatbelt? See what I'm
Right.
saying?
That's
No,
it.
it's not a good. No, I don't agree with that. Even, well, just eat sugar all day. Don't eat vegetables and meat. Just eat candy all day because you're gonna die anyway. Don't take care of yourself. Don't
It's
do
the same
anything.
way.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
The
not
same
good.
way of saying like don't take no vitamins because it's toxins in it. It's like we might as well just give up.
Yeah.
uh, I remember at one point I used to take everything on the internet mad literal. When I was like a teenager, I was in high school,
Yeah.
and I would just be looking at all these different diets, and I would keep switching because everywhere I read, they'll say this is bad, and this is bad, and this is bad.
That's
So
on
I literally,
purpose, and they keep switching it up.
uh,
So you go to the supermarket or whatever, you see the headlines on newspapers, and then one month it would say, "Experts say this is really good for you," and then the next month it will be, "Experts say this is the same thing is really bad for you," and then like eat like this, don't eat like that, and they will keep switching it up.
yeah.
They do that
It's
on
funny.
purpose.
I got to the point where I was on a diet where I would just drink water and vegetables,
All
and
right.
I got so sick. Yeah, I feel like I almost died. I was eating vegetables. I was cooking like kale and salad and
So
like
you were a vegetarian,
spinach.
vegan. Were you vegan?
I was a vegetarian keto. I
All
was doing
right.
vegetarian keto.
Eating a lot of beans for your protein, right?
Yeah. You remember the guy I was talking about earlier? Well, I was saying like he doesn't
Who?
even know his name. Basically, that's him right there.
Okay, the guy that has Parkinson's or something.
Yeah.
This is tobacco disclaimer. I always say if I'm on a live stream and I'm smoking with these, it looks like a joint. I have to say that this is just I have to let people know it's just tobacco. I hand rolled cigarettes using raw rolling papers because it looks like a joint, and they will use that to try to discredit me as a target individual. They'll be like, "Oh, he's sitting there smoking dope and he's talking about being targeted by the government. He's paranoid."
You know, that's one of Scott's new things, CBD. He talks about a lot. What do you think about CBD oil?
I believe that marijuana is a medicine that God created. It's a medicinal herb, just like He created ginger, turmeric, and chamomile, and all these other things that are. Because I'm a Christian, I believe that God put things for a purpose, and He created everything. He created plants, He created animals, He created things to be medicine for man. And I do believe that God created marijuana to be medicine for man. So, yeah, they make CBD oil, they extract the, not the THC, usually it's low in THC, and it's high in something else, and it's good for you, it's anti-inflammatory, it helps calm you down and stuff. So yeah, I haven't tried it, but it's probably good. I don't smoke marijuana because it's illegal in Sweden, but I would try it if I lived in the US.
You know, Ray Pete is against it.
Okay, that's another red flag then. I don't think you should trust this Ray Pete guy. He sounds more and more like a control opposition agent.
But you know what Ray really does? Like, when he was a doctor, he was a thyroid specialist.
Okay.
So basically, everything that he says to eat is beneficial for thyroid, and everything he says not to eat is non-beneficial for thyroid. That's basically how he markets his whole diet plan. Like, everything he says is about the thyroid, because he says if your thyroid is healthy, the rest of the body flows naturally.
Yeah, that's not really true. I mean, if you have a problem with the thyroid, it's not good for your body, but the brain is more important. So why not focus on the brain or the heart or the lungs or whatever? There's a lot of organs that are really important for you, and if they're not working right, your health is going to suffer.
But you know, the thyroid regulates hormones. He's saying if your
Yes.
hormones are healthy, your brain is
Yeah.
going to be healthy. Everywhere's going to be healthy.
Yeah, but the brain is also
Basically,
important. Keeping
for
down
instance,
inflammation. If you get brain inflammation, neuroinflammation, it will also affect your hormones.
basically saying the ideal to health is like if you're growing up as a child to have like loving parents. Everything that affects the hormones is the most positive thing. That's like his viewpoint. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying like that's his viewpoint.
Yeah.
That's why he even says cigarettes. He says cigarettes are bad for you, but he says if they lower your stress more than the damage they do to your lungs, then smoke. Then
Yeah,
you
and
should
if you
smoke.
take a lot of vitamin C, that will counteract the toxic effect of smoking. If you listen to the Susan Humphries talk, she talks about how smoking cigarettes uses up vitamin C. So you can counteract a lot of damage from smoking. It doesn't damage you nearly as much if you take a lot of vitamin C and other antioxidants as it does if you don't. Smoking is
Right.
overhyped. The reason people get sick from smoking is because they don't take vitamin C. The smoking depletes the body of vitamin C, and then you get sick.
You know listen, dang, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm not on my A
Vitamin
game
C.
tonight, but I have no problem being on with you. When I make my own videos, if I
Cool.
feel like this, I don't make a live stream because I want my brain to be sharp. Right now, I'm a little bit tired. Just a disclaimer. What were you gonna say? Sorry, I interrupted you there.
No, I was gonna. It was something that you were saying. I was gonna make a point off of it, but I completely forgot. My mind went blank.
It happens.
Oh no, I was talking about Pete. I was saying he didn't retire as a doctor. You understand? He was a doctor. He quit because he didn't like how he thought he was helping people, but he found out his industry was hurting people.
All right.
And when he quit, people started asking him like, basically, he doesn't get paid for anything that he says or does.
Okay.
He's a painter. That's all he does. He lives on a farm and he paints.
All right.
He makes money on his farm.
All right.
And the way you get Ray Pete for him and you get all these videos is because there's like a cult following. There's people who like ask him questions.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing of his is really like detailed. You understand what I mean? Like they'll
Okay.
ask him, like, Pete, what do you think about vitamin C? And he'll say something, and then they'll take that and say, oh, Pete says this about vitamin C. You understand what I mean? While
Yeah,
if
just
you
because
talk
he
to him,
says it.
like, yeah, like if you talk, maybe if you meet him and talk to him about these things, he's gonna agree with you. You understand what I mean? Because some of his things seem to, people say that some of his things counteract each other, but it's not true. It's just random people asking him questions. You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It's like say you had a cult following, people would just ask you like, "Hey, Mike, what about this and this vitamin C?"
Listen, I
You're not gonna
probably
say
should.
this.
I probably should have a cult following because I know some stuff and I'm not a fake and I tell people real good information. So maybe I should have a cult following. I'm joking a little bit, but maybe I should. Sometimes I see people online who have people like they have a following, and I know more than them, and I know that some of the advice they give is worse advice than I give, and
Mhm.
they're not telling people to take vitamin C, they're not telling people to how to detox their body efficiently using C flushes and stuff. It's like some very important things they're not telling people. So yeah,
Mhm.
but I'm joking a little bit. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. I'm gonna type in a link in the chat room to the vitamin C video I sent you before by this woman called Susan
Mhm.
Humphreys.
You know what's wild though? Like when I speak to Tiaz, I tell him about vitamin C. I tell him the stuff he said. But me, I'm like Ray Pete is my guy. I could never get off Pete. I'm like stubborn,
If you
but
if you
I did it.
study if you study the information like on my channel, like the vitamin C king of vitamins and stuff, you'll I think you'll come around. I mean, you shouldn't just because I tell you something be like, all right, somebody says that, then it's true. You look into it yourself, and I think if you look into the evidence, you'll be convinced by the evidence.
No, yeah, I looked into it to the fact like I took vitamin C today, but like to go crazy with it. Maybe I'm thinking about doing that flush that you recommended me earlier.
Yeah,
But then once I do that flush for like a week, then cut it down to every other day the following week. Then I'm just gonna like limit my vitamin C to like when I feel like I'm poisoned or when I go
yeah.
out to eat.
I think you should take like at least 10 grams a day. And I can tell you this: everybody, you don't know me that well yet. Maybe you don't trust me, but fully. But I know myself by my experience, because you might think like, well, how do I know it's true what these people are saying in the videos, like the doctor Tom Levy and stuff? Maybe he's controlling.
Nah, right. But I
But
told you every time I get sick, I take vitamin C. I've
yeah,
been doing that for like years. Yeah. So
awesome.
what you're saying makes sense. Like I take it every time I get sick. Wouldn't it make sense to take it even when I'm not sick?
Yeah, exactly,
You know?
absolutely. You need at least 10 grams a day. Uh, I used to have a lot of health problems, and I cured them myself, being my own doctor with vitamin C. So I've had some very serious
Hmm.
health problems, and I've been in like groups on Facebook, like people are mold sick. I've had mold sickness, like severe mold sickness. Had a concussion, which affects your hormones and gives you brain inflammation. And I've had MCS, asthma, severe MCS, multiple chemical sensitivity, which is an allergy to chemicals.
Hmm.
And since I started megadose of vitamin C, doing a flush daily at times, and taking like between 50 and 200 grams of vitamin C a day, that's how much I've needed. People that don't have those health problems don't need that much.
Hmm.
Slowly over time, my sensitivity level went from maybe 80, 90% down to like 10, 15%. And I feel better, I'm stronger, I feel better. Like all my health problems, I haven't had to go to the doctor. I could throw up my Ventolin inhaler for my asthma. Like I have one of these things you breathe in, I got from the doctor, antihistamine pills. I could throw that away and stop not refilling my prescriptions, and I got it better. Like, yeah, my experience is it's helped me with everything, vitamin C. And also
And,
people like my sister and mother, since I got them to start taking vitamin C, my sister used to have be sick all the time. And when she got sick, like colds, she would get like cold sores. And since she started listening to my advice about vitamin C and also giving her like a custom, take this much of this vitamin, this much of that vitamin, this, and like everything exactly. She started following that. She told me she feels better. She doesn't get sick as often. Her mouth sores disappeared. So if she does get sick, she doesn't get the mouth sores anymore.
right.
So yeah, it's like to me it's 100% because first of all I've read it and it's like theoretical knowledge, and then you might be unsure. Well, what if it's not real? But then when I've applied it, it works. And when passed it on to other people, they listen to me. It's worked for them too.
But
Yeah. So
you
there's
know
no
what?
doubt in my mind.
Right? Even Ray P said that he's
Hmm.
cured people's cancer by giving them vitamin C therapy.
See? Yeah.
You know, he's a doctor,
Hmm.
but he would get in trouble. So that's why he quit the industry that he was in. You know.
Maybe we should do more joint live streams like this. I come on your channel and we, like we're doing now, we do live streams on your channel. And sometimes you can come on my channel too.
Yeah, definitely.
It might be good.
Mhm.
They don't want real TS working together. They don't even want us talking to each other.
So they're gonna try and compromise one of us, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna have to take me out. I think they know that they're not gonna be able to get me to join them. I mean, there's nothing they can do to me. They shot me in the leg with one of these dart guns that's supposed to give me a heart attack, whatever it was supposed to do. And
Hmm.
at that, if I was like gonna break, I would be like, oh, all right, you shot me in the leg with this one of these things. Don't kill me, I'll join you. If I was that type of person, I would have joined them already. So yeah, it's not gonna
Hmm.
happen. I think they know that. I have decided to resist this program and stay uncorrupted, stay a real TI and fight this fight against the program. And the fight that I'm fighting
Like
is to help other TIs and get the
this
word
is what I
about
was
this.
talking about. Strange, right? Yeah, you're saying they're never gonna.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing and I'll go out fighting, so to speak.
You know what I noticed too? I noticed that a lot of times, this is just I'm making a guess. Like a TI's will perp another TI just to try and get to the other, just to try and become one.
How
So
do you mean? Your audio's breaking
it
up a
could
little
be a
bit.
yeah, it'll be a TI. Say, I mean, you're talking to each other. A TI will start perping another one just to try and show the program, like, look, I'm trying to go back. I'm trying to get on your side.
Oh, wow, I don't know. I never thought about that. I just think the pure TIs, they're gonna be pure. They're not gonna try to perp with you. But the people that are turned, they're gonna do it. I didn't really think about that some people might be trying to get in the good grace of the program. But that would be like a real disgusting move to do.
Hmm. Yeah, I really been around the.
Yeah, you had an
I start.
experience recently you told me about with somebody you met. Do you want to talk about that on air or no?
Oh, nah. I still think that person is a TI though. You know,
Okay.
I wouldn't. That's why I just named those two things. Really.
Yeah, they're not gonna turn me, and I hope they're not gonna be able to turn you either. I haven't known you that long, so I don't know I don't know you that well. I don't know you well enough to say like 100%. I know they're never gonna be able to turn this guy. I don't know you well enough. Like it takes time to get to know somebody.
You know, it's funny. I started a TI group on Instagram about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Around the time I first became a TI, and I had like 120 something members in it. This one I was naive.
Maybe 90% of those were fakes. Maybe 100.
Hmm.
Maybe 100. How many would you say? 150?
Like 125,
All
126.
right. Maybe 5 of them were real. I'm not like shitting on your group and saying it sucked and that's why it wasn't popular. It's just that it's so controlled and like 9 out of 10 people online claim to be TS fakes. And if you're a real TI and you start a group, they're gonna try to co-opt it and send in all the fakes and trying to
You know how many people from that group that I talked to today?
0, 1.
Like maybe one once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah. See, yeah, I knew it.
A lot of people, like another thing that would happen is their profile would just completely change. Like they sold it to somebody or something. You know what I'm talking about. You had that happen to you before, right?
Yeah, normally what happens to me, I get weird messages on Instagram, and then after a while it would say like this profile has been deleted, and there will be no picture anymore. Like somebody write me, and I will talk to them sometimes a little bit. Sometimes I will ignore them, but I get a lot of messages from people, and then it's like if the whatever setup they were trying to do, whatever they're trying to accomplish by writing me, if it didn't work, then later I will see it says like their profile pic is gone, and it will say like this account has been terminated or whatever it says.
I see like everything in my everything in my house is red. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
get
I
something
say
to eat.
that. I make disclaimers too, because I know that some
Shit, look
kids
at
are very
that.
sensitive. I've been there years back. I was really sensitized before I started applying the advice that I give, and also some psychological, like growing psychologically. I used to be sensitive
And
to things. So if I would see like somebody wearing red, sometimes I would think maybe they're in on it. But
right,
I
and
do
my room
respect
is
it
right
still.
there. My room is right there. So what they would do is they'll put this thing on and make it make noise, and they would
Oh,
just
it's
keep it on
an
for that
English
long.
kettle. It's an English type kettle, a
Yeah,
whistling kettle.
it's used to like sensitize me.
Yeah, and it's a noise to cut through a lot of things. The high pitched.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a piercing sound.
And sometimes I think like, do they want me to turn it off? I never respond to it. Act like it. Everything that they do, the only way they know that it affected me is when I talk about it on to another TR on live stream. I don't let anything that they do like affect me in no way. You get what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah, they're always looking for feedback, and you don't want to give them feedback too much.
Yeah, like look, ooh, this one like they they would have it making noise. It's English girl.
Oing. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's one of those that when it's finished, it starts making noise. It's got a little whistle on it.
Look at this. You see how this window? You see how it's open? So I put nails here, and I put a curtain here. I'm gonna leave them back. It's open.
My advice to you: you really need to get your own place, because it's not sustainable. It's dangerous to live with
Dangerous, right?
people. Yeah, to live with people that are that I think might be perp. Some of them. I'm being careful with my words. Like I'm saying, if you're living with other people, chances are they're gonna be gotten to sooner or later. Even if they're not gotten to now, chances are they're gonna be gotten to later. I wouldn't live with other people unless they were like TIs. No, I actually wouldn't even live with other TIs.
I'm naive. I don't think-
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself. You have to protect yourself.
Everything, in the, everything is broken in this place where I live at. Put all of this on.
I live alone, so
All right. That makes it easier.
yeah, I like to stick to myself most of the time. I have a yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's not get into that. I have to. It happens a lot now. Like when I'm on air, it's like things that I would talk to you about if we're not on air. But some things I have to hold myself back. I'm start thinking
Yeah,
about
I just
things
did
that
the
I've
same
done.
thing.
Like yeah,
Same thing. Dang, it's something I could. Yeah, I wanted to tell you about something, but if we went online, I would tell you about it. Because this is like where the fuse box is, and the landlord put this on out of tenant. I
out
can't, I
oh
can't
to
tenant. She stopped me from using the fuse box.
all right. That's weird.
The lock on the door. She made a hole in her head. They put like a name through there and locked it. So one of the guys who live upstairs, I guess his power was out. He came down here with an axe and he cut this he cut this thing open. So
I think your channel is being censored.
we do.
Yeah, I think your channel's being censored, just like my channel's being censored.
Because I only have one person, but I have a bunch of
Yeah.
followers.
They're keeping you. If you weren't a target individual, you would have a lot of subs. You would have like maybe 500, maybe 5,000 or something.
You know what else keeps happening? That's funny. I'm on like
What?
169 subs right now, right? It will go from 169 to 174, then 173, then 170, 160. You ever get that? Like people dropping off and dropping on
Yeah.
randomly?
It goes
Those
up
are
and
like
down.
trolls.
Yeah, it goes up and down. I will have like maybe right now I got 220, I think something, and it will be like one day it will go up to maybe 230, and then it will drop down to 225, and then up a little bit, but slowly over time it's getting bigger and bigger. Just so you know, we can't hear you right now. It's completely quiet.
You know, one of the reasons why I stopped doing the live stream because I had regular people following me. They found my channel. Like people that I know who aren't TIs.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped.
So why did you? What about that made you stop? Like, what
It's
is
like, for
the?
instance, if you're doing a live stream, right? If you say you were in the beginning stages of it, you was doing the live stream,
Yeah.
and then you seen people that you knew come onto it, it kind of was like a shock. Like
You
I
mean
would
like
just stop talking.
real friends in real life? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, they found my channel. That's why I stopped
Yeah.
doing live streams.
I think it can help if you get over that. I mean, you do what you want to do. It's just I'm just giving my opinion. I used to think like that too. I used to feel a little bit like uncomfortable when I know, oh, maybe maybe this person I know will see my channel. I think I'm completely insane because I'm talking about gang stalking and stuff. But maybe this person will see, maybe that person, yeah. After a while, it's just I went all in. I'm like, what do I have to do? I'm a target individual. I'm sick and tired of like hiding and live like a double life where I'm pretending that I'm not a target individual. I'm gonna be honest and tell people the truth about what's going on, and I'm gonna,
Right.
because I have to work to stop this. And to do other things I want to do. I do like 50-50. 50% get the word out about government gang stalking, and 50% help target individuals. Yeah.
I was thinking about doing what Charlie does.
That guy is insane. He's insane.
No, not to that level, but I'm just thinking about like maybe I should start going to gyms and start sparring with
Maybe
people.
you could. But be careful, because if you're a target individual, they're gonna get the people there. Maybe let's say you want to start training martial arts and you want to go to a martial arts gym. You know how to recruit people. They might recruit somebody who's like really good at fighting, and instead, let's say you're gonna start doing sparring with people, they might like get to the person and be like, try to really hurt this guy, like try to hurt his ribs, try to break his ribs, try to knock him out, like whatever. Like they might, instead of like doing normal sparring where you not trying to hurt each other, they might be like, oops, and then like they see what I'm saying. They might even
You know
have
what's
things
funny?
like they might poison the bottle. Like you have your water bottle with you in the gym, and you like go into the bathroom or something. They might put some drug in your. There's a lot of things they can do.
You know, it's funny. The same thing that happened to Charlie happened to me. I was sparring the MMA champion, a local level champion. He knocked me out.
Really?
Yeah. But the story is complicated. So my best friend started doing MMA, right? So we would always play fight with gloves, like boxing, and I would always beat him.
Flight
So we
is
started
sweet.
as training.
We can start sparring together. I'm looking for a sparring partner. I don't trust anybody else. Well, I do spar with my mother, but you gotta hold back a lot. You gotta be real careful.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you come to Sweden, we could do sparring together. I'm looking for sparring partner.
So my friend, I would always beat him in sparring. So he started doing MMA for like a year and a half. So he invited me
Yeah.
to his gym.
Hmm.
So of course he knows how to fight now. He's an MMA fighter. So me and him start sparring in his gym, and the same thing that we used to do before he was doing MMA is the same thing that's happening inside the gym. To my
Yeah.
surprise, like I'm tagging him.
Hmm.
I'm like I like to fight with my hands down, like Roy Jones.
Yeah. I
So I
like Roy
was doing
Jones.
that.
He's one of my favorite
Yeah,
boxers.
yeah, he's pretty good. I was doing that to him in the
Roy Jones in
gym.
his prime was amazing.
Yeah,
It's just beautiful
not the
looking
new
at
Roy
him.
Jones. Yeah, so I was doing that to him in his gym. So when I was doing that to him, the champion in that gym pushed my friend out the way because I guess I was embarrassing the gym, embarrassing him. He pushed my friend out the way, and instead of me sitting down, I just continued sparring. You understand what I mean? And I was doing the same thing to him, basically, the whole sparring match. And then, like 11, 12 minutes in, the trainers took him aside and they gave him tips. And when he came back, he caught me with a spinning back kick right in my liver, and I went
Oh,
down.
oh, okay. A body shot. You got dropped by body shot.
Yeah,
A lot of times, body
but
shots, like if you get hit and you get like dropped by being punched in the jaw, like it will be like kind of instant. Like it
right.
connects, and you either don't drop or you
But you
drop
know what's funny?
instantly.
I told him
But
no
body
kicks.
shots, sometimes you will get
Mhm.
hit in the body, and then it's
Yeah.
like it's a delay. Like 5 seconds later, you will drop.
Right. What's funny is I told him no kicks, and he kicked anyway.
I got some powerful kicks. They might not be super good technique, maybe not perfect technique, but I got some powerful kicks. I got some good side kicks. I don't have any side kicks. I'm an isolated total individual, but I got my own side kicks. I got side kicks. I like side kicks.
You know, there's a gym in Sweden called Alliance MMA.
I've heard about it, yeah.
Yeah,
Your audio just dropped again. Maybe I accidentally muted yourself. I don't know. There you go. Now I hear you.
yeah,
Audio
yeah,
just
right here.
a few seconds. So, have you ever met Charlie Selinoff?
No,
Charlie C? No, okay. Maybe, but you gotta be. You have to know that he's gonna. If he's still what like he used to be, he might be like, let's do some light sparring, and he might say like, yeah, let's do some light sparring. He'll try to knock you out. He'll be
yeah,
swinging
sucker
for the
punch you
fences.
right.
He'll be swinging for the fences, trying to knock you out.
Yeah,
So if you like, hey,
mhm,
Troll, let's do some sparring, you'll be like, all right, let's do some sparring. He's gonna start trying to like knock you out.
mhm.
Yeah,
I
you
still
just be
wanna.
aware of
I
that.
wanna. Mhm.
I think with Trolley, what you can do, it does look like he's got a lot of cardio. I think a tactic to beat Trolley, because he goes like a spurt of energy. He goes like 100% for like 20, 30 seconds. He starts
He has
gassing
power
out.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if you can just like weather that initial storm and like cover up and like block the punch to get out of the way, he's gonna tire himself out, and then you start picking him apart. But he's gonna run
Yeah.
away from you at that point. He's gonna hit you with everything he has. He's gonna start gassing out. He's gonna be tired, and you lose. When you gas out, you lose power. And
Yeah.
then when you start landing punches, he's gonna like run out of the ring. He's gonna run away from you.
He could be a legit boxer though. Like he could fight Jake Paul, but it's something wrong with him. He was just gonna run out the ring. And the times he runs away, he thinks that never happened.
Yeah, he
He say he
blocks it
never
out in
ran
his
from
mind.
nobody.
He's like shameful,
Yeah.
shameful. So he's like he blocks out his mind. It never happened. Puts
You
it
see, he's
into, like,
dating Kim.
rainbow hole.
He's dating Kim Kardashian now. Kim K. Like Kim K. Call me. She was 5 minutes from
There's
her
something
house.
wrong with him. He reminds me of this other guy that I was beef with a little bit. That started beef with Tyree Sneed. This
Yeah, he was telling me earlier. Yeah, Tyree
he's kind of
Sneed.
similar. He's kind of similar to Charlie C in a way.
I'm gonna look him up. Tyree Sneed.
I can send you a link to the live stream sometime where I was talking to him.
Alright.
What he
Have you
would
ever
do,
talked to Charlie?
no. But Tyrese Sneed, he started a live stream against me. I guess he was offended because I wouldn't let him on my live stream. So he made a live stream calling me out and like talking crap about me. And then what he would do, I went on his live stream, like his panel, like we're talking now. And then what he does, he'll be like, "Hey Mike, you're an idiot." He will say bad things about you. And then when you start saying something back, like, "Well, actually, I'm not a," he will mute you, and then you're just sitting there talking and nobody can hear you. So he will like hit you with things, and then when you start like counterattacking him or defending yourself, he will just mute you. And it looks like you dropped out of the stream there. I hope you will come back. There you go. There you go. So
Yeah.
you're back. All right. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about that. I'm interested in martial arts and fighting stuff. Did you train at some gym sometime?
Yeah, I started training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu
All right, that's good.
and Muay Thai.
That's awesome. They got good elbow strikes and kicks.
So my dad was like, when I was little, I took to boxing. Heard of Gleason's gym?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to go there a lot. But I don't know which one I'm better in at a Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu, I was doing it for way longer, but far less serious and like way more time in between. You know what I'm saying? Like basically what I used to do,
How long did you Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
not long. I used to do a lot of weekly trials. In New York, like a lot of top gyms have weekly trials. So I've been to like 30 different gyms doing weekly trials.
All right.
And then I told you my best friend used to train, so we would go to the park and we would do jiu-jitsu, me, my brothers, and my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I never really got to
I tried
serious.
it once. I tried it once years back. I went to a MMA gym, and only once. I tried it one time, and that was before like I became a heavy targeted individual. Now, since I became a targeted individual, I have some rules. I don't go to public gyms. I mean, like not martial arts gyms. I mean, like regular gyms, like where you lift up, work out with weights. I don't go to those either.
Yeah.
I don't certain things I don't do. But I tried it once, and if I wasn't a target individual, I would do it again, I think. But I kind of like doing things at home too, like just training on my own.
Jiu-jitsu is pretty good because it teaches you how to fight on the ground.
Yeah, I tapped some guys. Even though I was a rookie, it was the first time I just went there trying, and you do like roll with each other and stuff. And I tapped some guys, so I feel pretty good about that. I got one guy
you
in the
must be.
headlock. I think it's called a guillotine, which means
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
it like this from the foot. And
Yeah.
then another guy, I got
You must
him
be
in
mad
a,
strong.
I got him in a rear naked. But I got tapped too by a guy. But it took some time for him. There was another guy who I was buffer and strong when I was in my 20s.
Maybe I come to Sweden. Maybe I come to
we
Sweden
gotta
and we
fight.
train.
We're gonna have to start not liking each other and be angry with each other so we can like hype the fight and stuff.
No, but I mean serious. We could
joking.
train serious.
Yeah, I mean if you
Try and get in the UFC. And then when
Yeah,
we
if
get
you
the
move
belt,
to
we're gonna be like target individual. Suck me.
shout out to Chuck Langenberg, check out the Exposed Gang Soccer website. Because that's what they don't like. That's like kryptonite to these people. That Chuck Langenberg's website. They don't like me talking about vitamin C and stuff, and they don't like my channel, and they don't like Chuck Langenberg's website. That's like the kryptonite.
You know, I'm strong. I'm very like I feel like if we train together. Yo, when I was doing I did Muay Thai for like a month and a half, but I was training
Yeah.
like twice a week, every day. Like I was going to the gym and I was doing Muay Thai twice a day. So I was training 3 times a day. I did that for like a month and a half. I was really training to fight.
I think about that sometimes. I think about if I was a total individual, I could have some real success in this world. Like I have had athleticism since I was young, being like stronger than most people, and faster, and like being able to move my body better than the average person. I do think I have the raw materials. If I was a total individual and I started training in my 20s, I think I could have been like a top level athlete. And that sounds like a narcissist thing to say, But I do think
No,
I
no
could
sister at
have,
all.
if I really got into it, if I wasn't a TI, I think I could have
Because
been like a.
I had many people tell me that. You remember that guy I said who was a TI who I grew up with, who kind of changed hip
Yeah,
later?
yeah.
One time he told me, no, I didn't really grow up with him. We went to the same school together. That's it.
Hmm.
When I reconnected with him, he told me he was like, "Yo, you're so strong." He was like, "You're the strongest person I ever met before in my life." And then I asked him, like, no, I didn't even ask him. I was thinking in my head, like, what? You understand what I mean? Like, I've never done anything with this dude
Hmm.
that would that would make him know that I was strong or even remember that. And then he said, "You know how I know that? Because I'm always the strongest person wherever I go." And I think one time he said that we tussled together, but I didn't
Yeah,
remember that. And he said that he's always strong with everybody.
yeah. How old are you now? So your audio is breaking up a little bit, just so you know. But I could hear 30. Your audio is breaking up a little bit. I could hear 30. I don't know what the second part was. If it's 31, 4, whatever. But did
No,
you say 30?
yeah.
30. Okay, yeah, 30. Yeah, well, I
What
mean,
about
it's
you?
easier. I'm 34. No, hold on. I don't even remember my age right now. Hold on. 31. I'm 31. That tells you how
Oh,
tired I am
shit.
right now. I'm like, how old am I?
Yeah.
34. I said 34. Then I'm like, well, hold on. No, I'm 31. Yeah, I'm 31. So
So we're like the same age.
yeah, I'm 1 year older.
The T I met yesterday was 31 too.
All right. Yeah, but I'm a strong guy. I'm not as strong as I used to be in my 20s, but I'm strong. I'm still strong. I'm still stronger than most guys my
No,
age. But
you know one thing about MMA, fighters always get stronger as they get older. Same thing with football. You're probably stronger now than you are in your 20s.
maybe I don't know. But I feel
Oh,
like
right, but with the program and all that.
I feel like I was a lot stronger and faster when I was in my 20s. To be honest with you.
You know what's funny? I tried to do a pull up 3 weeks ago. I couldn't do one.
Hmm.
And when I played college football, like the JUCO, and we had a pull up. Like the coach, it was a tryout, so the coach tests all the players.
Hmm.
And I came number one in the pull ups. I did 41 pull ups.
I think like strength with like if you have good strength athleticism, you can get away with not having that super good technique. But
What's the most pull ups you ever did in one setting?
I don't know. I never tried like how many can I do. I never like tried pull ups, and then like how many can I do. I used to go insane with push ups though. I used to do like a lot of push ups, and I used to do. I could do one-handed push-ups in my 20s. I could do push-ups on one hand with like my left hand on my back and do push-ups on my knuckles. I used to do push-ups on my knuckles a lot, and I used to like alternate. So I would do push-ups like this tight to work the triceps, because you get punching power from the triceps. And
Yeah.
so I would do like a lot of push-ups like this, and yeah, I could do. Used to do like push-ups where I jump off and then land on my knuckles and things like that. So I used to do push-ups more, pull-ups, and everyone is saying pull-ups. So I don't know actually. I don't have like a you know.
One of the curses of being strong is like people they don't root for you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like when you're at the gym guillotining them, they probably don't even like that.
yeah. That's the thing. That's I don't know if I could do that now, but I remember being like in my 20s, and I used to be like obsessed about martial arts. I used to like watch all the fights, like Nick Diaz fights and all these other like I had favorite fighters, and I would watch them and then be like, okay, how is he moving his hand? So I wouldn't like go to gym and like learn it. I would be like, okay, what does he do? He moves his hand like this.
Oh,
So I didn't like learn from an instructor. Maybe I did something wrong, like different things, but good enough. So when I went to the gym, I could like submit people by getting them in like a headlock just from watching UFC fights and being strong, athletic. And they were like training. They go there every week and training, and I would still be able to like tap guys in there. Like the first time I tried it, just from watching fights and being athletic, and then like rear naked and like things like that.
You probably will be a champion. You probably will be a champion.
If I
MK Ultra
if
Super
I
Soldier.
would, yeah, that would be yeah. They have some guys like that on YouTube who are like crazy talkers who will claim to be the ego is too big, and the ego is too big. Like it's you can say things about yourself that's true. It's like, well, I did do this,
Oh,
I
you
did do
know,
that,
mhm.
but some people go
Charlie.
off the deep end.
Charlie, he calls
They
himself
make
a
shit up.
cyborg now. He calls
Oh,
himself a
okay.
cyborg now.
Yeah, I mean, people's egos get too big and they make shit up. What I do, sometimes I brag about things a little bit, but when I brag about something, I talk about things that are true. See what I'm saying? That's the difference. Like, and some people might not like it. It's like say too much good about yourself. It's like your ego is too big. But it's the difference between saying like, yeah, I did this, being proud of your accomplishments. Like I did this, this is good about me. But some people like Tyree Sneed and Charlie C, they will make stuff up. They will like lie, and I don't like that.
In my 20s and my teens, I was mad humble. So all the stuff that I'm saying that I could do, other people say it about me. But now I just got tired of that. You understand?
Yeah,
That's what I'm
I've
saying.
started tooting my own horn more, as they say. Meaning, like,
Right.
because I'm a target individual and I feel like I'm being undervalued. It's like I look at Scott Snitzer, for example, and he gets all the support and likes and positive comments from like copying me and being a fake. And then me, I got real good information and I'm the real deal. And I'm really like risking my life putting this information out here. My targeting is increasing. It's made my life worse. And I'm like the real deal. And I'm not getting enough people like saying, like I see Scott getting all this support and like love from people. And I'm not getting it. And then it becomes like, okay, if I'm going to have to toot my own horn. I'm going to have to self-promote more.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe we become maybe we start like a TI fighting championship.
Nah, we could make it to the top.
Start a TI fighting championship, like our own promotion. It's only for TIs. You have to be a verified TI, and I'm good at spotting the fakes, so you have to be verified by me. So instead of testing for like steroids and stuff, we'll be testing for if you're a fake target individual, and if you're a fake target individual, you're not allowed to fight. It'll only be real TIs. How tall are you, by the way?
I'll call him like 6'1".
6'1". I'm 5'11", so you're taller than me. I'm 5'11", you're 6'1". So it'll be 5'11", 12. Yeah, you're a little bit taller.
Yeah.
But we probably were in the same weight class, I would think.
Nah, I've gained so much weight during this quarantine.
But
And
if you
this
cut weight, if you would cut weight, you
yeah.
could cut down to my weight.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
could cut
yeah,
down
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Do like OMAD for a month. Do like OMAD, keto for a month, and see flushes.
You remind me of myself when I was like in my early 20s. I used to be on keto. I used to work out, do martial arts stuff. Now I'm like the complete opposite.
I've had to dial it
Complete
down
opposite.
too. I've had to dial it down too. In my 20s, I would work out like crazy at times, and now I've had to dial it down with all the health problems, my concussion, living in mold, getting the MCS, the asthma, and like the targeting, and yeah, different health problems. I had to like dial it down a lot. But I'm slowly starting to work out more and more and more. Now this tooth infection is giving me some problems, and I might have to go get this tooth pulled here.
I don't mess with the dentist at all, man.
Yeah, don't trust them. I mean, I didn't have a tooth infection here. Never had pain in this tooth before. I go to the dentist, she starts poking my tooth with this sharp hook that they do to feel if you have soft teeth. And I could feel it slide in. So she broke the tooth with this hook, allegedly. She broke the tooth with this hook. And after that, I started having pain in the tooth. And when I get pain in the tooth, I get pain in my neck at the same time. And I can feel my brain inflammation increasing. Like, yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah. So if I go in there, I'll probably go in there just to get the tooth pulled, extracted.
This one of your wisdom teeth?
No, it's actually up here in the top, like here on the side.
Oh.
You'd be like the canine if I was a dog.
Oh. You know, my mind, I'm like, I'm just gonna die. I don't think I'm ever going to a dentist or doctor again.
I actually read about that when I was thinking about like 'cause knowing what I knew about dentists and how they use fluoride and do root canals and stuff. I was really hesitant. So when I got to the dentist, it was like I really need to go right now because the teeth were like rotten and I was having so much pain and yeah, it got really bad. So I need to go and pull some molars and top teeth at the back too. So yeah, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I read something on the internet about how some people they just let their teeth fall out. They just wait, let the infection get bad enough, and they let them fall out. Kind of insane, but
Isn't that bad because it can infect your whole mouth,
yeah, and it can kill you actually.
cause disease.
Yeah, you can die from that.
But from reading Ray Pete or listening to Ray Pete, yeah, hearing him with Pete again. He he doesn't brush his teeth daily. He like brushes his teeth like once, twice a week.
Yeah,
And but what he does twice a day or three times a day is he flosses. He flosses like 3 times a day.
you can also do oral probiotics. That's also good. There are probiotics that are like good bacteria that you take in your mouth, and it gives you good bacteria in the mouth, and they keep the bad bacteria in check, just like they do in the gut.
Pete is against probiotics.
Okay,
He
so
says they
yeah, I don't
destroy the
like this
stomach.
guy. I don't like this guy. It's like,
Now research him. You probably like him. Research him. I'm telling you.
all right, I'll look into him sometime.
Because when I first seen Pete, I thought he was insane. Because like everything that is good for you, he says is bad for you, and everything that's bad for you, he says is good for you. Like he says, sugar is like the most. He says like he supplements sugar and salt.
Okay, he's insane. He's insane. I mean, yeah, sugar is a toxin. It's addictive. It gives you oxidative stress, inflammation in your body. It increases
No, he says
inflammation, feeds bad bacteria, gives overgrowth of candida and other bacteria strains like bad
when I
bacteria.
first started being targeted, I started supplementing sugar a whole lot, and it would lower my stress like crazy. Because that's what he says. He says sugar lowers cortisol. And from experience, it does seem like it's true.
Yeah, well, it's like a drug. So it's like you could drink alcohol. It lowers your stress. So it's got to be good for you. See what I'm saying?
Right.
Well,
Now
you
trust me,
could
Pete.
do. There's a lot of drugs you could take like yeah. There's a lot of drugs you can take that will lower your stress, but they're not good for you. They're bad for your health. Heroin. People inject heroin. It calms them down like nothing else. That's why like the heroin junkies they always like half asleep, something like this. Right? If you walk downtown and you see like a heroin junkie sitting in a corner somewhere, after they shoot up the heroin, they always sit like half asleep like this. So it calms you down, lowers your stress like nothing else. But yeah, it wrecks your health. Look at a heroin junkie. Are they healthy after doing heroin for like 10 years? No,
But
they super not healthy.
one thing I'll say about Pete
Yeah.
is that it changed my life. His methods, and what's so funny is I would never. The only person I told was like my brothers. I would never tell nobody, like because I feel like it was just like too valuable of information.
Yeah. I had a dream. Dream. I thought about this. My girlfriend in Thailand. You know, I have a long distance relationship with a girlfriend in Thailand, right?
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
targeted.
yeah, yeah. She's not a total individual, but she knows I'm a total individual, and she's okay with it. I told her like, you have to know, because I'm not gonna like lure her to Sweden, and then when she's here and she's like left her country, she doesn't know anybody here. She's like isolated. Be like, hey, sorry to break it to you, but I'm a total individual, and the government is like doing all these things to me now because you live with me. You might get targeted too. I'm not gonna do her like that. So I told her like when we started liking each other that you have to know that I'm a total individual, and it means this, and it might mean that you become. It might be a little bit dangerous for you if you're with me. If you live with me, you might be in danger because I'm a target from the government. So I broke that to her, and she still wants to be with me. She's a really good girl. She really loves me. And she knows that I'm not a rich guy. I'm on disability. So it's not the money she likes either. She really loves me. She's a good girl. But yeah, her father used to fight in Muay Thai in Thailand because she lives in Thailand. Her
Oh,
father, when he was younger, used to like compete in Muay Thai, like fight Muay Thai. So
right.
I thought like, because we have plans, she's gonna come to Sweden, we'll save up money in Sweden, and then maybe later we move to Thailand together. And I thought like, maybe like I started daydreaming a little bit. It might be a pipe dream, because being a total individual, I can't do what other people can do. I have limitations. But I thought like, well, if I was in my 20s when I met this girl, I could move to Thailand, and I could like have her father be my coach, like teach me how to throw kicks and elbows like really well. I could maybe he could be my coach, and I could start fighting Muay Thai over there.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Yeah, who knows?
And I'll be your jiu-jitsu coach. He'll be your Muay Thai coach.
Yeah. So you can you do a lot of holds? Can you do like all the jiu-jitsu holds?
No, I'm not good at holds.
So do you know who Eddie Bravo is?
Yeah, Eddie Bravo.
Yeah, he's got his own moves. He invented his own moves.
Like the rubber guard and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like
I could do rubber
he's got all
guard.
kinds of, he's got all kinds of weird things.
There's a guy who fought last Saturday who I used to train with him. I
I
met
can do
him
an
on the
arm bar.
train.
I can do an arm bar. I
They
can do a
can.
rear naked, and I think that's about it. I might be able to
I
do
could
other things. I
do.
just don't know the name for them. I just do them.
Wow.
But yeah, I know I can do an arm bar and a rear naked, but that's the only moves that I know the name. So I can do other things too. I just don't know the names of them.
You know, I went to this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. This guy who was a Gracie black belt,
Yeah.
and he asked me, "Do I train Jiu-Jitsu?" This was like one of the first gyms I went to. I said, "No, I don't train Jiu-Jitsu, but me and my brothers, we go to the park, we watch UFC, and then we go do the moves in the park."
Yeah.
And then when when I was rolling in the gym, he was just so fascinated with me. He was telling me like, "Oh, you don't have to pay. You could." He was like, "You could keep training here." I only went twice, but for some reason, like the way I grew up, I always like when people were so nice to me, I always seen that as a red flag, and I would just never go back. You understand what I
Yeah.
mean?
That.
Or
Yeah.
I felt like I was gonna owe him something because he was like, "Oh, you could train here free." Like he was really saying like, "Oh, I want to be a trainer, your coach. You could train here free." He seemed like a really cool guy,
Yeah.
but like that kind of like, you get what I'm saying? I think like, oh, I don't deserve this, so I didn't go back. You feel like sometimes too. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. I see they got a knife fighting championship too. I like to train with knives, like solo training with knives, and maybe I can get my brothers to start sparring with me too. They're busy, they got jobs, so they have very little time. They work all the time, and when they're not working, they're resting or doing other things, working out and stuff. But I hope I will get my brothers to start like sparring with me, because sparring with your mother is a little bit. That's all I got.
Right, I seen that. I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can't like spar with your mother the same way you can spar with another guy. You have to hold back a lot, and you're always like scared you're gonna hurt her and stuff. And you
Yeah.
can't. But I mean, it's better than not sparring with anybody at all, because there's nothing that can simulate another human body. I can get like a cold or something that like one of these punching bobs that's like made out of rubber, but it's not gonna be moving its arms and stuff. So there's nothing you can get that will simulate another human. Yeah.
Do you know Chris Weidman?
Yeah, I know who he is. He's a good wrestler. That's one of his strengths.
Yeah,
He used
he
to,
beat
yeah,
Anderson Silva. I used to train at his gym like before he was big, kind of like.
okay.
I'm lying. I went to his gym for like 2 weeks. That's what I mean by train there. Like 2 weeks. But they used to do knife. They used to do knife fight in there. That was like
Awesome.
the only MMA gym they used to do knife fight.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's a lot of things that transfer too. Like, yeah.
They both, but they would use rubber knives, and they would be like they have a
I,
competition. Like if you touch,
oh, okay.
yeah, you understand, right? Yeah. So
I
like,
ordered a rubber knife less than 12 hours ago, actually.
oh for real?
Yeah, I got the plastic knife, but I wanted a rubber knife, so in case I can get somebody to spar with me, we got two of them. So
Yeah.
one guy can have the plastic knife, and the other one can have the rubber knife. So I bought a rubber knife. I ordered it from a Swedish site called Fyndiq less than 12 hours ago, and I should get it within a week.
You know what? I used to think knife fighting was like fraudulent a little bit because I would always think that Mike Tyson. Like, I just thought boxing was better. I just thought like if Mike Tyson had a knife, he could defeat the knife fighting champion in a fight.
Not necessarily, because not necessarily. If you get like an expert knife fighter, and you get Mike Tyson, if they're gonna fight, it's like UFC, it's like the MMA. It's like if you get like a expert wrestler and all he knows is wrestling, like all he knows is like Greco-Roman wrestling, and then you get like a boxer and they're gonna have a boxing match. Chances are the boxer's gonna win, but
Right.
if they're gonna fight wrestling, the wrestling guy is gonna win. So you'll be like Mike Tyson knows boxing really well, and this other guy knows knife fighting really well. So if they're gonna fight each other in boxing, Mike Tyson is gonna win. If they're gonna fight knife fighting, chances are the knife fighting guy's gonna win. But the thing with knife fights, it's not like other types of fights. There's a saying about knife fighting that you're going to get cut and you're going to bleed. You have to have that in your mind. It's not like a movie. You can't have this like, if you watch some knife fighting instructionals, it's like you think that you're
The movies, yeah.
you think that they're like John Wick, that you're gonna like take out 20 guys with a knife and you're not gonna get cut one time. No, you have to expect that if you get in a knife fight with somebody, you're going to get cut and you're going to bleed, because even somebody's completely untrained and yeah, like not even that athletic, they can hurt you with a knife. I mean, yeah, I mean even if you are like an expert knife fighter, you might still get killed by an amateur, like a beginner. It's
Been in a knife fight before. You see that?
huh?
Bitches. I've been in a knife fight. You
All
see
right,
that?
did you get? Is that on your left arm, your shoulder?
Yeah. I got
All
cut.
right.
Nah, I got cut. I wasn't in a knife fight, but I got cut there.
Yeah, so it's I've seen they got. I've seen they have a knife fighting championship on. I've seen some fights on YouTube. I've seen some.
Maybe you could be the champion of that.
I think
You'll sign.
now I
You'll.
think I'm in my 30s now,
You'll.
so I had to think about like limitations. I think if I started in my 20s, maybe I could have. But if I think about if somebody says that maybe you could be a championship, maybe you could do this, I'm like, oh, I gotta be realistic. I'm 30. I'm a target individual. I've had all these health problems. I have the government working to interfere with everything I'm doing, and yeah, I don't know if it's realistic to think
You
of
get.
it.
You go into the knife fighting championships, and the one guy you fight, instead of they'll give him a real knife instead of a rubber knife back.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, because my dad always tells me that I should get into MMA, UFC. But I always think I'll fight against a guy like they'll bring some guy from Thailand, right? Some Muay Thai champion or something, and give him like a new name and everything, and put him in the ring with me in a UFC fight.
yeah.
That'll be like my first opponent who has like 30 fights, but they'll give him a new identity just so he could be in there just to finish me.
They'll get like
You know,
Buakaw.
the
What is it? Buakaw. How do you say his name? Buakaw. Buakaw.
walk.
Oh, Buak. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like his videos.
Yeah, he's got some good highlight reels.
I love looking at technique videos, just like film analysts. I love technique breakdowns. You like those too?
Yeah, and also like watch fights and just watching them on repeat and on slow motion and stuff. Sometimes I will watch a fight like a free fight, UFC free fight, and I watch on slow motion and I watch on repeat, watch it many times, and I'm just my subconscious is making tape out of that, and then later I'm training and then it helps me. So I just watch the fight several
Uh,
times, and I'm not. Sometimes I'm not even thinking about like, okay, first he lifts his leg like this, and then he does this, and then he does that. No, I'm just looking at it, and my subconscious is seeing this, and it's like it gets stored in my subconscious, and then later I'm training, and then it comes out, kind of, and then I work on making it better. So yeah, that's how I train a lot. It takes a long time to get better, but it's better than nothing. Alrighty.
oh yeah. All you really need is one person. You have one person to train
Yeah.
and get real good.
Yeah, it's hard. It takes more time if you don't have somebody to train with. Like I said before, there's no substitute for another human body to train with.
especially the grappling. Striking is easier.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. Because there's no, you can get like something that you can punch, like whatever. You can hang like a basketball on a string from the roof, and it will be a human head, and it's moving around, and you can get better at punching a human head by doing that. But um, yeah, in grappling it's different because you're not gonna have arms moving around and stuff.
You know, it's wild. Europe doesn't really have that many good wrestling programs.
No, that's big in America. You even have that in high school. Like you have in, I think you have it in high schools, right? That you can go into wrestling as a sport. Your audio is breaking up right now, just so you know. I can't hear you. It's choppy very much.
No, I said out of all the European countries, Russia is like the best country in the world. America second. But Sweden is like the best in Europe.
Yeah, we're more of a like hockey nation and soccer, like
No,
football.
but you guys are pretty good in wrestling too, though.
I didn't know that.
There's like a couple of UFC fighters who are national championship wrestlers from Sweden. There's a
I used to watch a show. Oh, you just dropped out of the stream. I don't know if it's your battery, if it's. Oh, there you are. You're back again.
yeah, it broke up. Yeah, what was you gonna say?
I used to watch a show, a Swedish show from two martial arts guys, and they would travel all around the world and be like, try this martial art and this martial art, and like meet this martial artist and train at this gym. It used to be called Rallar Swing, and pretty much the name of the show means like haymaker. It's like a wild punch, like a haymaker punch, like a Rallar Swing in Swedish, and. One of the guys' name was Musse, and he was a good wrestler. So there are some people in
Oh,
Sweden that are good wrestlers. It's just that it's not. Oh, and there was one guy who was good at wrestling, and I think he killed himself actually a few years. Yeah, a few years ago.
Sweden is the Sweden. The Swedish flag is the blue flag, right, with that yellow cross.
Yeah, it's a yellow cross in the middle and a blue background with a
Yeah, Swedish
yellow
has a
cross on it.
good wrestling program, better than the UK, better than Ireland, better than every other European nation. I know that for a fact. It's Sweden is like second to Russia in wrestling.
I'm gonna check out the show here. Maybe you might watch. You can find those on YouTube if you want to check it out. You might like those. Even though it's a Swedish show, you might not understand everything, but you might enjoy the show because it's like about martial arts.
And Alexander Gustafsson, he took down Jones. He's the only person to take down John Jones and Cormier.
Cormier is a good
He's
wrestler.
a,
He's
there's
shown
a,
his strengths too. Cain Velasquez is a good wrestler, and
Gustafsson took Cormier down though. He was the first person that took Cormier down, and
I didn't
Gustafsson
know
took
that.
down John Jones. He was the first person to take John Jones. And there's
Let me see if I can
this
find
new
this.
MMA fighter named Azamat. You ever heard of him? He's from Sweden. He trains with Gustafsson. He's like the best wrestler in MMA right now. He's a good wrestler.
I'm looking at YouTube and I found the show now. This used to be one of my favorite shows.
Oh, what's the name of it?
I'll send you. I'll send you a link to it. So it's a Swedish show, and basically the show is this: it's two guys who travel around the world and they try different martial arts. And one of them is a wrestler, and the other one I think is a kickboxer possibly. I'll type a link to the channel, and you can see all the episodes.
What's funny is my phone isn't charging. That's why I'm sitting where I'm sitting at. Like it's staying on like 2% for mad long. Are you gonna send me? You're gonna send me the link to the show,
Yeah, I put it into the chat right now
or
on YouTube. So that's to the YouTube channel that has some of the episodes uploaded to it. I gotta go to the bathroom. I can stay on for a little bit more if you want to, but I gotta go to the bathroom. Gotta take a short break.
all right? That's cool. That's cool.
All right, I'll be right back.
Where is it now?
I thought I had muted myself, so I hope you didn't hear me go
Nah, I
into
didn't
the
hear
bathroom.
nothing.
Okay, good.
Nah, I ain't hear nothing.
I saw I had closed the cam, but I didn't mute myself. When I came back, it wasn't muted, so yeah. Get paranoid about did he hear me flush the toilet or whatever. So yeah, that's good.
You know, it's funny. Before I was a TI, I never even cared about that. But because being a TI, be mad paranoid too of that.
Yeah, it's just something I think about. If I do a live stream and I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I don't want it to hear people. It's like hear me peeing, like the sound of me peeing.
Mhm.
Sometimes I will even mute myself if I'm gonna like blow my nose. I try to be considerate because some TIs are sensitized to certain things, and yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And also for people who are not TIs, it's like it just makes for bad. It's like I think it's common decency. Like you don't let people listen to. If I'm hosting a live stream, you don't let people like listen to you go to the bathroom or whatever.
But I mean, regular people do all the time. Like, nah, guys.
Yeah, some people. I just mixed up 10 grams of vitamin C in there, and what I put in there too to help hydrate myself is Himalayan salt. I buy this, and it's like rocks inside. It's not like fine. You can see it's got rocks in there. So I
Pete,
will.
Pete, Pete said Himalayan salt is bad for you.
Yeah, he says everything that's good for you is bad for you. He says everything that's bad for you is good for you. That seems to be his sentiment.
Yeah. He said salt is
Maybe he's next thing he'll start saying like this. You start supplementing with like lead powder and mercury and stuff. Get vaccines to go. Get as many vaccines as you can get. They're good for your health. Start snorting lead powder. Like grind down. Buy like a bar of lead and you grind down the powder and you snort it 10 times a day. It's good for your health. Get that heavy metal toxicity going. It's good for you. I'm joking around a little bit, but yeah, I don't. It sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about. I noticed when I don't take vitamin C for a long time, my allergies will come back. So my nose started stuffing up. That's how I remembered I gotta take vitamin C. I noticed my nose started stuffing up. And I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't take vitamin C now for like an hour or something. So it's like if I don't take vitamin C often and a lot of it, then my allergies come back and my nose will stuff up and my eyes will start being irritated, itching and stuff. So yeah.
The old house I used to live in. Every time I would go to sleep and wake up, I would have a sore throat.
Yeah.
What do you think that means? That means something, right?
Usually that's the. Sometimes if you get like a tingle or a weird sensation in your throat, that's an indication that you might be coming down with something like a cold or something or a viral infection, some kind of viral infection, basically.
What if it's happening every day, like in a certain place you live in? That means it's no good, right?
Yeah, I mean, it could be possibly something in your environment that you're reacting to.
Because the house I grew up in was like infested with mold, like
Yeah,
really
mold
bad.
is really bad for your health. It's really bad for your health. It's really toxic. I mean, it's super bad for your health.
Yeah, so the house I was growing up in had mold everywhere.
Yeah,
Literally, like,
after I figured out I had a mold problem, I joined mold groups on Facebook and I recognized everything people talked about. I got that too, so I could recognize like that's where all these things are coming from. Because I got after I did a mold, I got MCS like this allergies like severe allergies,
mhm.
and I got asthma. I got diagnosed with like asthma, bronchitis, and all these other problems. And then as I read in the mold groups, all these other people who had lived in mold or were living in mold had the same problem. So like a lot of people get MCS from it, allergy to chemicals basically. They will get asthma, they will get things like that.
It was funny. I'm mad sensitive to perfume and cologne now. Before I wasn't.
That's very
Not like
common
I'm
if you
mad
live in
sensitive
mold.
to.
And I'm trying to help you, bro. I'm trying to help you to fix that, but you gotta stop listening to Ray Pete and yeah, he's
No,
trying to scare you from taking medicine.
Pete is anti mold and lead though.
Yeah, that's good. But I mean, like, if he's trying to, because vitamin C is the solution. That's what helped me get better from mold. Like, vitamin C flushes, detoxes my body from mycotoxins and everything else. And take a lot of vitamin C every day. That's what's helped me with the mold sickness, mold illness, and things. I got it from living in mold. So that's what I mean. Like, if Ray Pete is like scaring you off, not scaring, but like getting you to think it's a bad idea to take vitamin C, then yeah, I
No,
think you should listen to him.
Repeat isn't my guy, man.
All right. So what does he think about multivitamins? Does he say you should take multivitamins?
You know, he says they're terrible for you.
Okay. All right. What about B complex?
B complex? No, B complex are his thing.
Okay. All
You know
right.
what's funny? I started megadose in B complex when I started listening to B. He loves B complex.
Mm-hmm.
Like he says B complex is like good for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like any health problem you have, anything you're going through, B complex instead.
Yeah. I take at least 3 of them a day. Not at the same time. I take like one right after waking up, one in the middle of the day, and then one later, like in the
You
afternoon,
know,
depending on the
one of the
foods.
reasons one of the reasons I love Red P is because I used to have like chronic fatigue all the time. I used to be tired all the
Mm-hmm.
time. But then when I found Ray P's channel, I could work 2 jobs
Mm-hmm.
and like not be tired,
Yeah.
you know,
I
just
used
by
to have that
following his
too.
advice.
I used to have that too, chronic fatigue. I used to be barely able to get up of bed in the morning. Just be bedridden, tired, sick, low energy, chronic fatigue. And I talked to myself about better health. Vitamin C, multivitamins, antioxidants, B complex, other things.
You know why he doesn't like multivitamins? Because I just don't listen to his advice. I listen to the reasons behind everything.
Yeah,
He says that some of the things they put in multivitamins are not good for your health, like calcium.
he's right. He's right. And that's what Tom Levy says too. That's my guy, Tom Levy. He's my guy. Ray Peters, Tom Levy's my guy. He's right. Maybe he got that information from Tom Levy. Maybe he's one of these people who gets his information from other people. I don't know. But this
Ray Pete doesn't
possibly
use the internet.
okay.
You know how old Ray Pete is?
Maybe he repeats what other people says.
He's like 80. He's like 83 years old. Ray
Okay,
Pete.
but maybe he got Tom Levy's books and then he
No,
repeats.
he doesn't read books. He's a paint. Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you why Pete is different than all these guys we're talking about.
Yeah,
Pete
I'm
doesn't
joking
have a
though.
YouTube. Oh, oh, you see how serious I am about this guy. Getting bad. He doesn't read. I mean, he doesn't have no internet channel. He never
Yeah.
wrote a book. As a matter of fact, he has one book that he wrote back in the '70s, but it's free. He never sold anything. Like I
All
believe
right.
Levy and these guys are selling things. Pete never sold nothing,
All right.
not one thing. And he didn't retire. He could have retired as a doctor and got a pension, but he left because he didn't believe in their ethics. Some of the
All
stuff
right.
that they were doing would make people sick. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
He lives on a farm. He paints. All of his information comes about because he has an email address where people ask him questions. And it started off small, but then it kept growing. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes I feel like he contradicts when it's not really him contradiction. It's just people ask him. He gets a bunch of emails and he answers all the emails. Like you could email him. You understand what I mean?
He should be emailing me, asking me questions.
He's like 83,
Yeah.
but he looks like he's like 50. That's why people ask him so much questions.
Shout out to Ray Pete. Send me an email, Ray. I'll answer your email. You can ask me questions about how to be in better health and stuff. It's okay. Don't be scared,
Yeah,
bro.
true.
No, but what I was gonna say was I agree with him on that. So we can find some common ground. I'm hoping you're gonna start not listening to him about vitamin C and stuff, but common ground where we can agree. I agree, like about the multivitamins. You should. That's why I say in my videos. A lot of times, sometimes I will only say like get a multivitamin, but in later videos I've made a point of saying more than you should get a multivitamin that has as little calcium and iron in it as possible. And optimally, you will get a multivitamin that has none of it. Find a multivitamin that doesn't have iron and calcium and copper in it. Um, but most important, like iron and calcium. You wanna buy a multivitamin that has no iron or calcium, or one that has as little as possible. Because if you compare
You know,
different multivitamins,
yeah.
um, some of them have more iron, some of them have less, some have more calcium, some have less. Yeah, calcium is toxic for you, and iron is toxic for you. Most people have, you need a little bit of iron in your body, but yeah, most
You
people
know,
have
Rafe,
too much.
he recommends donating blood.
Yeah, that's a way to detox iron. Also, by
Hmm.
sweat. One of the best ways to detox iron is through your like sweat by sweating. So anything you do to sweat, like saunas, detox baths,
I have a mad
exercising,
low. I have a mad low
and
iron count. Like, I think I'm anemic. My iron was always mad low. I was like, I don't really have
some
to worry
people might
about
need it, but it's you want it in the right form too.
it.
You want iron in the right form. You don't want iron
And
filaments.
mhm, when I used to be into like health, keto, and all of that, I remember reading a book about my vitamins. So I bought like every vitamin I could buy. I bought iron too. And when I took the iron supplement, I got so sick. And this is not from nobody's advice. This is because I took I took the supplement. I took iron supplement, and I got so sick. I had to throw it away. That's how sick I got. I was stubborn. I did it like 3 days in a row, even though I kept getting sick each day. But then I was like, no, I can't use these because once you pay for something, it's like you invested in it.
Yeah,
But that's how bad it was.
yeah. But antioxidants are good in general. Herbal antioxidants like turmeric, ginger, resveratrol, things like that are really
You know what
good.
else Pete put me onto? He put me onto aspirin
I take
because
ibuprofen sometimes. That's the
no,
closest to a big pharma drug I take.
you should
Ibuprofen.
switch to aspirin
Right, but I'm looking for the inflammation effect. I haven't looked into
because
aspirin. If it's as
aspirin
good.
is made out of salic acid. And salic acid is in fruits. If you Google, if you go on YouTube and type in how do they make aspirin, they'll show you the machine. They'll put in the fruits in a machine, and it basically drains the salic acid from the fruits, and then they turn it into a tablet, which is
All
aspirin.
right,
It's
all
just
right.
that if you eat, it's just you understand. It's like vitamin C. If you ate so much, like if you ate the fruits that will add up to all the vitamin C you get, that will be too much fruits, too much sugar, too much. You understand what I mean? So it's the same thing with aspirin. They take the salic acid from it.
All right.
That's like one of Pete's.
I'm gonna check out your channel right now, see what you have, what videos you have. I have been so busy, I haven't been checking out your live streams or your videos. I see you got a lot of TR live streams lately. I see you have a
Oh, that's.
trivia card game here. What's that about?
I tried that one time. It didn't work out. No, because what it is, I have a card game, a Family Feud. I found Family Feud cards. That's my
I
old
mean, if
stuff.
I saw this channel before talking to you, I might think that you were crazy talking. When I saw this, with like we are on the spells here, this would be like a red flag for me. That I would be like suspicious if I didn't talk to you. Talking to you, you feel like a real T. I want to talk to you, but if I hadn't talked to you and I saw like this video you have here, then I might be like suspicious of you. But
If you go to all my old stuff, you're gonna think I'm crazy.
yeah,
But you know what I used to do? I would never really talk. I would get like two TIs on, just talk, and I'll just be in the background. You understand what I mean? So the We On the Spell. You see this guy who came on Engine the Chawa. That's like his title. He would always say that, so that's why I named it We On the Spells. You understand what I mean?
all right, okay.
And it was him. He was talking with another guy. So, and I was in the background. So to explain. Oh,
No,
that's
but I
how I would
mean
do it. All right. So
you
yeah,
would host
you
it
know, like,
basically.
yeah. So like Talon in the trenches. Say I'll have him and you on, and I'll be like in the background or something, listen to you talk. And back then, I would never like cut anybody off. So if anybody wanted to come off and talk, I would talk like no boundaries at all. You understand? You understand what
Yeah,
I mean, right?
my channel I run like a strict no crazy talk policy. That's how I gotta do it.
Right.
So if I don't have panels, I have maybe I'll yeah I got some plans about having
You,
some TIs on my live stream in the future, but I'm
but
not gonna
but you
go
know what
into
I thought
names.
about?
Let anybody
Right.
join. Yeah, go
To
ahead.
let anybody join. Right. But what I thought about was that I need to start a whole new channel because I can't make boundaries now while I'm in the you get what I'm trying to say? That was my dilemma.
Yeah, you can make a fresh start. You could make a fresh start, make a new channel, and then you do what I do. You have a zero tolerance policy for crazy talk.
See, look, the one person that was on jumped off. I'm crazy talk. Oh,
They
so
don't
if you go
like
back
the
to my
people don't like the anti crazy talk. They don't like my channel. Listen. This is the self promotion here. I gotta promote myself. The government gang stalker problem. They don't like me and my channel. They don't like the solutions that I give. They don't like the advice that I give. They don't like me calling out the face. They don't like me promoting Chuck's website. And they don't like, in general, if people talk about the crazy talkers. They don't want TIs to figure that out because there's a lot of TIs that, after you point out the crazy talk and how they operate, and you show them a little bit of Chuck's website, and you talk about how the control opposition works, you can. Sometimes I do it myself. Sometimes I use other people's work, like Chuck Langenberg, and a lot of times it just takes it. You point it out to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that it makes sense to them."
right.
And I'm not like insulting TIs. If somebody is a TI and they're still listening to some of these fakes like LFF TI, if they're a real TI and they're listening to some of these fakes like LFF TI, Scott Snitz and these people, it's not like you have to like be ashamed of having been tricked by these people. The shame is in
No,
if
but
somebody shows you like some evidence or makes a good argument, a reasonable argument, like pointing out how they are fakes, and then you still like choose to like, oh no, I'm not gonna believe that. I wanna, yeah, then you can be faulted for it. But everybody can be tricked,
but,
and everybody can be,
but, this is the guy I was telling you about, Injin Du Chawa. He talks very esoteric stuff,
yeah,
you know. So I noticed he would get kicked off of all the TI's live streams. He would get kicked off the talk shows, get kicked off the other TI's live streams. So when he came to my channel, I didn't want to be like all the other people who I thought were fakes. So I let him talk. You get what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
You have you ever heard of a TI called Next Level?
possibly.
He used to do like late night live streams, like
Or
sleep deprivation nation.
yeah, I do some. I've done some of those too. I just didn't call them that. Where I stay up all night and I do a live stream like 8 hours, a TI live stream. Yeah.
Those the TI I was talking to yesterday. She kept saying that she's a professional.
A professional.
She didn't tell me what she does, but she's a professional. Like she has a career,
All right. Okay. So she has a
and she
job
doesn't want to
basically.
do. Yeah, she doesn't want to do. She got fired from the last two places she worked. She does. She was asking me for advice whether she should leave or stay because she didn't want to. I think she even told me not to tell anybody. Wow.
But you didn't say her name, so how nobody can know what
Oh
you
yeah,
do.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's just
basically,
it's a TI woman who has a job, so how it's not and nobody can know who it is.
bro,
Yeah.
she doesn't
It's
want
pretty
to.
general. A woman who is a TI who has a job. How is somebody gonna figure out? How is somebody gonna figure out who it is?
But she doesn't want to. Like she wants to stay in her profession. She doesn't want to work no other job. She wants to like live for life. To continue
Yeah.
her career. And she was asking me for advice. She kept asking me, and I didn't know what to say.
Checking my
What would you
email.
say to that?
I would have to know more about the situation to be able to give an informed opinion or informed advice. I would have to know more. Like I would have to pretty much talk to her
It's
openly.
funny she was saying that. The last job she was at, they called a meeting. You know, the CEO and everything. They called a meeting, and she said they was talking nonsense to each other. Like she didn't understand what they were saying. She was like out of the loop. And she says they were really like talking to each other back and forth like gibberish. And she was just sitting in the meeting confused.
Yeah.
That sounds like a Tia, right? Sounds like a Tia's life.
There's a lot of weird things that happen if you talk to an individual. People turn on you. That's people will F with you. They will recruit people. They will get people to F with you. It makes me angry sometimes.
She said all her coworkers. She said her coworkers, all her coworkers. She said the first job she worked at when she was a TI. She said she had a friend who was like Christian. She's a Christian. And she had a friend at the job who was like a Christian, and she said he started doing the pen clicking
Okay.
at work all day.
Yeah. And the reason that they use certain, they try to sensitize towards certain stimuli. The reason is that they're trying to get you sensitive, so that when normal people do it who are not in on the program, it will have the same effect, and you will get paranoid about people. So if they can sensitize you to like pen clicking, that's going to happen a lot if you're in school or at a work, or like if you're getting some medication somewhere, or yeah, taking courses or whatever you do, studying, or you're at work, then people are going to be clicking pens. It's something people do when they're stressed too, or they do like a fidget thing, they sit and click. So if they can get desensitized to that, it's gonna
You know what
get you
she's
stressed. That's why I always said it's all about giving you stress. They work to give you stress. That's if you think about it. It's like everything they do is to try to get you stressed out. Anger is a form of stress. Fear is a form of stress. They're trying to stress you out.
nah. I don't think so.
So what do you think?
I think you, from your perspective, since you're strong, I think you're a strong-minded person. That's how you
Yeah,
see it.
yeah,
But I think really they're trying to get you to like act out.
yeah. And what do you do if you want to get somebody act out, getting stressed out?
Right.
That's how you get people. When people act out, it's because they have stress. They have increased adrenaline, increased cortisol. They go into fight flight mode, and then they act out. So it's stress. So that's like the foundation for acting out. That's how they get people to act out. Get them stressed out enough.
That's crazy talk.
Your audio is breaking up a little bit.
I learned about crazy talk.
Hmm?
I said I learned a lot of stuff that's crazy talk. You know.
Yeah. You mean? Do you mean that you've listened to a lot of like Christian, not Christian, fake TIs who crazy talk, and do you feel like you have some of that like still left active in your mind, so to speak, or what do you?
No, I mean some stuff like personal experience. Some things I experienced personally.
Oh, okay.
No, videos. You're right. Stuff that I seen on videos that turned out that like if you really look for them, they turn out to be true.
Yeah.
Understand what I mean?
I've had a lot of weird experiences myself, but there's some things I don't talk about because it's not. It makes it like I want to get the word out about Gamma Gang Suck. We need to expose this program. If you want this to stop, we need to get people to realize that it's going on, and we don't want to self-sabotage by talk about things that are sound too crazy if you don't need it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah, shoot ourselves in the foot, so to speak.
Oh, the
Because
shooting.
some things they do to me are pretty weird, but I don't talk about them because it sounds too crazy.
Oh, what's up?
We had Homer Simpson drop into the chat.
Yeah. That's my bad. I don't think.
Hmm?
Dang. I don't think 95% of the people on my channel will make it. Or
Huh?
you
You were breaking up when you were talking, so it was hard to hear what you were saying.
Oh no, I said I don't think 95% of the people on my channel will make it on your channel.
Your audio is still breaking up. 90% of the people on my YouTube channel are.
I said 95% of the people on my YouTube channel wouldn't make it on your channel.
Oh, okay. Possible. I have a strict no crazy talk policy on my channel, so it's some things
Truly.
don't fly there.
Yeah. I just took a break. Took a break.
Having a little bit of post nice and flush coldness now. At the beginning of this live stream, I was saying a nice and flush, and now I'm having the post nice and flush coldness. First, you get really hot, warm, and then after a while, you get a little bit colder. And just so you know, your audio is off right now. Just so you know. I don't know if you muted yourself or if it's the reception.
No, I said, oh yeah, I was talking. I said vitamin niacin is B3.
Yeah, and there's different forms of it. You have niacinamide and you have nicotinic acid, aka flush niacin. You have those two types. And the nicotinic acid form is called flush niacin. And the other one is, there are also two major forms. You have other forms too. And you're muted, just so you know.
Yo, my dad, hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
2 seconds.
I'll talk to the duck up here in the corner while you're gone. That's a joke.
Let's help put your Pinot on.
What?
Oh no, I was reading the comments. Yeah, Mike.
Oh, okay. I was looking at my YouTube feed, checking some
Yeah, I hear it.
upload things.
Are you streaming from your laptop?
Huh?
Are you on your phone or your laptop?
I'm on my laptop. using my laptop, my Lenovo laptop.
I need to get on that. I'm also sure I can't do anything else. I can go look at Instagram.
I think you maybe you should check if you can like switch your mobile data to another company. Maybe you would have a better reception because it looks to me like you're having sometimes like bad reception, bad coverage, or something.
Yeah, right now I have like two.
Yeah, because sometimes it will be like you're talking and it will be like this and then quiet sometimes. They will like cut up your audio so you have
I
hear
think they're doing that because I'm on live stream. Right now I have one bar because I have T-Mobile. That's a good
and you're in New
service.
York, so they should have good coverage in New York. It's not like out in Michigan somewhere. It's yeah, New York is New York.
This ever happen to you when you're on Instagram? You know, people go live on Instagram. Does it ever happen to you when you go on their Instagram? They pause it.
No, when I have pretty stable. I have stable. I use the. I send internet from my phone to my computer, and it's very stable.
No, not like that. Like I'm talking about like Instagram. You go on, sometimes they pause it or they end it right away. That too.
Your audio is very choppy right now, so I couldn't hear what you said. I could just hear like Instagram.
My boy. I'm gonna connect to Wi-Fi. See if that helps.
Uh, could you write me on Instagram, and I'll see it because your audio is acting up. The audio is really bad. Let's see this. Check this out.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I switched to Wi-Fi. It's much better now, right?
Yeah, no, it's stable.
Yeah, but sometimes when I join celebrity live streams,
Homer Samson writes in the live stream, marijuana equals Mary equals Lilith, Satan's wife, Juana, Tijuana, on Tijuana, Tijuana, and a lot of equal signs. This is the type of thing that on my channel I will be like calling him a crazy talker, booting him out, because it looks like a crazy talk comment. But whatever, it's your channel, it's not my channel. Your channel, your rules. I'm just saying.
it was cool. I had a dream a weed plant demon was trying to grab
See?
me. I had to throw my weed again and quit smoking weed.
God created marijuana. It's a herbal medicine. The devil didn't create marijuana. They had like scare tactics. Big pharma companies had like propaganda commercials in the U.S. like the devil's weed and like the devil's grass and stuff like that. So it's not God created it. It's not Satan. I think that's ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Now, Homer's my guy. Homer, are you a TI?
And I don't smoke marijuana. Don't get me wrong. When I defend that, it sounds like I'm like smoking marijuana. I don't smoke marijuana. I don't use marijuana. I don't use drugs. I drink alcohol maybe once a month. That's it. I smoke
Have you
cigarettes.
heard of a guy called Jonathan Kleck?
Yeah, he's crazy. He's nuts. He's crazy. He's connected to the crazy talker Seth Daniel, which is one of the worst crazy talking TIs. And he focuses in more on the demon spirits stalking people. He's a crazy talking TI. Seth Daniel, I think he's control opposition. Either he's insane, legit insane, but if I would have to bet money,
I did some research.
Fake.
I did some research on Zeph Daniels. It's like I think he's a Freemason.
Yeah, he's a fake. He's a fake TI. He's not a real TI. And like I said, it's like if I would have to bet, it would be that he's a fake counterintelligence agent. fake Ti, crazy
Oh,
talker. For a while, I thought maybe he's a legit crazy person, and he's like does drugs or he's crazy, and yeah, but
now
it's
he's a
more
fake.
likely that he's a paid control fake. He's in the hierarchy. He's control opposition.
Homer recommended me Jonathan Kleck. You know Jonathan Kleck. They recently
He's also
recently
control opposition. He was on Seth Daniels' show. They've done shows together. So the fakes always support each other. It's like Ella
and
Field.
recently Jonathan Kleck had a Knights of Templar chain on necklace.
I
You
don't
know what
have
that
to
is,
even
right?
study like yeah. I don't even have to look at like visually analyze his things to know that he's fake. Just listen to
He
what he
says
says. He crazy talks.
Jonathan Kleck is 100%.
No, he's not. He's a crazy talker. He's control opposition. He's there to make people look insane, to discredit people by association. Steph Daniels was a crazy talker. Hey, it's your show, so don't. I feel like maybe if I get too aggressive with some people, maybe
No,
you'll
no,
take
no, no,
offense.
no. You good? Homer he had a Freemason necklace on. This guy saying 100%.
California, he writes California equal demon Cali, for is equals fornication, fornication with demon Cali. He sounds, it's like he's writing comments trying to make himself look insane, like a crazy person. It's like water equals demons, or whatever. Like he's saying like California equals demon Cali, whatever. And he's
Now I'm
saying that
into.
it's like a psychic that has dreams. I would have had dreams, quote unquote, show me that Jonathan is no good. So he's saying that if Jonathan was a bad guy, this guy would be having like spiritual dreams, like telling him, Jonathan is a bad guy. Why don't you have dreams saying that you shouldn't write comments like that in Andy's chat, that it's not a good idea to do that? I think you might have muted yourself, or you auto dropped up for a moment there.
Horny and equal fornication.
Listen, you can do word decodes and you can get some understanding by studying words, etymology of words and things like that, but you're not doing it the right way.
Homer. Homer's my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, I don't like him, but whatever. I don't hate him, but I don't like what he's doing. He says that he battles, Homer Sampson says, I battle demons in my dreams, I burn them with holy fire. It sounds like some kind of virtual reality game. He also says, Andy, New York, watch out for this guy. So he thinks you should watch out for me.
Homer, why you say that? Why should I watch out for him?
I vill inte hear att det... I'm gonna go check out Jonathan Clark on YouTube right now.
Homer, he has a ministry on YouTube.
Alright.
He has a ministry. See, this is why I never wanted to bring you on my live stream. Because I never set boundaries like this is the TI live stream.
Yeah.
You know? I just had everybody coming in talking about everything.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when I made that Instagram group, TI group. People would just start calling people fakes for no reason, just because somebody's talking about religion or someone's talking about this and that. It was just like a crazy. But it's it's impossible.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I hold it back. Like I said, I think I did. I disagree with him. I mean, if somebody says something and I disagree with him, I will let you know. But I'm not like saying to you should kick him or something. So I don't think I'm doing something wrong. I'm just giving my opinion.
No. You didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay, that's good. I'm checking out Jonathan Kleck now, his YouTube page. And I can tell you, he's got a video right here 1 week ago. Pyramid UFOs confirmed by Pentagram. He's got UFO alien pyramids. So he's a crazy talker. He's got UFO alien pyramid disclosure. So he's promoting UFOs, and yeah, he's got all this crazy stuff in here. He's got 155,000 subs too. He's too big. I think he's a controlled opposition agent. That's what I think.
Oh, Jonathan Clark.
Yeah.
Some people you just automatically know. Like with Scott Snitzer, I didn't know.
Yeah, he can take some time to figure out. You're right. Some people can take some time to figure him
But
out.
Michael Bard and like Brian too, those people you automatically know.
Yeah, and I've gotten I have good like intuitive perception about people, and once you feed your subconscious with the data points that it needs, it will quickly give you.
Like, for instance, you know people who do scams, right? They would make it so obviously stupid. But the people that would make them know, like the people who got caught by this nonsense, we could really do a number on them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it's done for. You know, like the Nigerian scam.
If you care about people, then you give them the truth. That's how I am more and more. Like the older I get, the more I care about giving the truth to people, and not like be afraid to step on people's toes, because you need the truth. Sometimes you need a cold hard truth. Like let's say somebody's listening to Scott Snitzer, maybe they need to hear somebody say like, if you listen to Scott Snitzer, you're helping the government murder you. That's the truth I'm saying. Like you're supporting somebody who I think works for the program, and they might need to hear that and like wake up from that, and it could save their life. So I'm all about, I'm not gonna like tiptoe around and pretend to agree with people I don't agree with. Yeah. So yeah, I don't agree with this Homer guy. I don't hate him. I mean,
No, well, Homer, I met him on here. He would just come on my shit, but he would always talk about like esoteric things, never like about CI stuff.
This is, yeah, he wrote, I used to smoke weed for 15 years, just stopped it. It lets demons and witches read my mind more easily. And then it says Jonathan Kleck is legit. Yeah, I just feel like this guy is either a crazy person or a fake TI control opposition guy or whatever it is. I'm not saying 100%, I'm saying that's what I think. But whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to just make a whole new channel with backgrounds like this.
What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna have like a new TI channel or a non-TI channel?
Like both.
All right.
I'd probably turn this into a non-TI because I already have too many. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Oh, I did MMA. I did an MMA talk on here one time. You probably seen it if you go on my history.
Yeah.
It was me and my brother. We was doing the MMA live streams. I was gonna turn this into like an MMA channel.
I'll add this to my collabs playlist after we're done. You know, I have a collabs playlist on my channel, which means if I join another person's live stream, I save it to a playlist on my channel called collabs.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but
I bought some Pepto Bismol yesterday. Pete highly recommends it.
All right. Okay.
Because basically what he says, you know, Bismol is the rock in the earth. Bismol.
You mean
And
bismuth?
he says the company, bismuth, yeah, it's bismuth, yeah, right. And he says basically this company, they found out that it's good to relieve the stomach pain. Even Native Americans knew this, but this company
Yeah, didn't you try
monopolized
vitamin
it.
C and you felt like it helped you?
Yeah, I didn't even open the Pepto Bismol. Yeah, I took
Yeah,
the vitamin C.
yes. You had stomach pain. You tried vitamin C, right? And it helped you.
Yeah, and it helped. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, you
Look,
see.
I didn't
Awesome.
even open. I didn't even open the Pepto Bismol. Yeah, not even open. But
Yeah.
yeah, Ray Pete was saying that this company monopolized that rock, so that so you understand what he's saying, right? Basically, they monopolized it.
Yeah.
It's a natural thing that that company monopolized, had a monopoly on for years.
I'm gonna send a link to my girlfriend. My girlfriend just woke up and she wrote me, and I'm
Oh, the
gonna tell her
lawsuit.
I'm live on a buddy's channel, so I'm gonna send the link and she
Oh,
has to watch us. Are you taking the biscuit now?
oh, you are?
No, I asked you. I heard like a
Oh
supplement
no,
that
no,
you
no.
had.
That's my vitamin C. That's my vitamin C tablets.
Oh, okay, awesome. So you got tablets now.
Good.
Awesome.
They're mad
How
nasty
many?
when you bite
How
them.
much do you have in each? Like a gram, half a
No,
gram?
it's only 1,000. 1 gram. 1 gram.
Okay, so you could take what is it buffered with? Is it sodium bicarbonate? Is it pure ascorbic acid or is it buffered with?
Ascorbic acid,
So if
magnesium stearate, steric acid,
okay,
sodium chloride.
salt. You could take one every hour, or you could take two every 2 hours.
These things taste nasty. I bet it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to chew them.
But they digest faster when you chew them, the tablets.
Yeah, the best form to get is capsules with powder in them, pure ascorbic acid powder. They absorb faster, and they don't have any like fillers in there. It's just, but that's better than nothing. What you got right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that Ray Pete website and get the vitamin C that they have.
Yeah, basically what you want ascorbic acid. That's the best. If you're gonna take in capsules, it's best take ascorbic acid. Just pure ascorbic acid. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. You had a suggestion, an idea about. You said you think I should make a dedicated, like a new YouTube channel where I have only like movie reviews, pretty much. Maybe I'll try that. Might be a good idea, actually.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. I don't even want to say what I'm gonna sound crazy.
Did something happen?
Yeah, my pops. He asked me to do something.
Or
Every single time, dude wakes up on a whim. Like if I'm on a live stream or something, it's just insane. There's like no sneaking around.
maybe I'll have you on my live stream sometime. Do you want to do it? Do you want to come on my live stream sometime?
All right. I hate looking at the camera because I feel like I just be staring straight ahead. Not sure. Like I just keep a poker face on.
Yeah, you can get used to it.
So that's why I don't like being on live stream.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not talking about the camera. You think I talk about like turning on the camera? I just mean sometime maybe you want to join my live stream like this. Like you can be like this.
Oh yeah, yeah, it'll be
You
cool.
don't have to show your face. You can just be like this, talking like this. Hold on, I'll show you. Like this. You could be on like this if you want to. If you want, I could have you on. You don't crazy talk. You can. Yeah, you're not a crazy talker, so you can be.
No,
You can. Yeah, you could join me sometime on my live stream.
but they can't. They can't. There's this person I talked to who was on this stream earlier,
Yeah.
and I had this person like, dang, I'm being. But it's like some people, they'll start off good, talking to you regular, and then out of nowhere they'll just bring the crazy talk in. Like
Yeah,
they can't
because
help it, or
yeah,
someone
because
tells
this
them.
Homer Simpson, he writes and he writes like pineal gland. That's a crazy talking point. They love to talk
No,
about
but
the
I'm not even
pineal
talking
gland.
about like Homer. Like Homer came
Oh, okay.
straight with that. I'm talking about other people who would come like regular. I'm sure you dealt with. Of course, you dealt with this on your channel. Like in the beginning, they're talking to you regular. Then after a
Yeah,
while, they start bringing in their things slowly.
yeah, yeah. They
I
will
think
come.
those.
They know that if they come in initially talk about BBK, I'm gonna block them immediately. Call them out for it. I'm gonna post the link to Chuck Langenberg's website, like /
Mm,
crazy talk, and he's got a section, and it will be exactly what they're doing, exposed. So they get exposed.
mm,
So what they will do, they will like sometimes they come in and play normal and be nice and like, hello Mike, how you doing? And yeah, blah 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 blah, like the live stream, and then they will be like, sometimes I hear voices in my head, boom, and they will wait sometimes. They will try to like sneak in like a snake. They will like take.
mm.
They don't want to know immediately. They want to get to waste your time with them.
I remember it was this Ti I met on Instagram who was just like that. Like didn't like crazy talk. Oh, I went to go grab my father's phone so I could look at some stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at what Ray Pete says about vitamin C. He says that high doses of vitamin C and niacin may treat advanced colon cancer.
Yeah, there's
Antihistamines
people
effect.
who got cancer who go to there's people who have cancer who go to a clinic like the Reardon Clinic and they get a IV vitamin C. They get injected vitamin C into their bloodstream.
I'm on vitamin C. I'm on Ray Pete form, and someone wrote this. They said I've tried everything that Pete recommends, but the other day I started taking vitamin C powder, and that has been the only thing that has been able to reduce stress in my life
See,
and
that's
help me
what I
with
don't like
receding
about
gums.
Ray Pete. He's attacking vitamin C and it works. Like anybody's tried it and used it the right way, see results. You got a problem, no matter if it's asthma, allergies, stress, depression, whatever. Pretty much everybody who tries vitamin C
Mm-hmm.
and uses it the right way, not like take 1 gram a day or something,
And
but
you,
use it the right way.
mhm.
They're like, oh, I notice improvements. You know, yeah, that's what people
uh,
do. That's what people say.
somebody
People see
commented,
improvements. Vitamin C
somebody
works.
responded, vitamin E is like the number one vitamin that Ray Pete recommends.
All right, well, it's an antioxidant. Vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant. That's a good vitamin too.
And someone responded and said that you're right. They said vitamin C protects vitamin E. Vitamin C improves the vitamin E status in your body indirectly. Vitamin E is pro-thyroid and anti-stress. So this person is saying like even the drug that even the supplement that Ray recommends the most, vitamin C helps you get the most out of it. Understand?
Yeah. A lot of antioxidants work well together.
But you know what Ray
Vitamin
Pete
C
drinks?
is an antioxidant and vitamin E is an antioxidant.
You know what Ray Pete drinks, right? Like I drink this all the time. He
What does
drinks
he drink?
orange juice. That's
Okay.
like the only thing he drinks. He doesn't drink water. He doesn't drink anything but orange
But you
juice.
can't get enough vitamin C from orange juice. You know, I talked about that before.
Right.
It's better than nothing. It might keep you from getting scurvy, which is like you get so little vitamin C, you die pretty much. But you need a lot more.
It's like those. Yeah, they need a vitamin C. Those pirates.
So what do you think? Do you feel like you want to do like total individual live streams? Do you feel like motivated to do that?
Uh, Not really.
Okay.
With the PL live streams. I do, however, like what I did yesterday. When remember yesterday when we was on and I was walking. I think I could start doing that more.
Yeah. I am committed to making live streams. Now I might change my mind in the future. I mean, things can change. But right now, what I feel and what I have felt is like I gotta keep doing this. I gotta work to expose this. I mean, I know what's going on. It's targeting me. It's a serious problem. It's tyranny. I have to resist it. And yeah, I just feel like I gotta do it. I feel like it's the right thing to do. Now, if I change my mind, I change my mind. But right now, I feel like that's the right thing to do. And I think it would be good if all target individuals, real target individuals, would be more active online, document their life. Just
Have you heard of Linus Paulings? Linus Pauling?
Linus Pauling, a Nobel
Yeah.
laureate, Nobel Prize winner. Yeah, I know about
He
him.
lived to 93.
Some people you want to look into if you want to learn about supplements and orthomolecular medicine, or Tom Levy, Andrew Saul, Abram Hoffer, Suzanne Humphreys, and Cathcart, Robert F. Cathcart from North Carolina.
Someone's saying that Ray P says that sorbic acid and vitamin C are two different things.
It's not. Then he doesn't know what he's talking about. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. If that's true that he said that. Because it's hearsay. Somebody said that he said it.
What Ray Peter is saying is the vitamin C you get from oranges is not the same vitamin C as ascorbic acid.
It is the same. The vitamin C in an orange is ascorbic acid.
He
You know
says
what you
meat
could do if you
contains.
don't like showing your face on camera? You could get one of these, you can get like a balaclava hood.
A what?
You can get like one of these hoods that I got, like a Miltech balaclava
Oh,
hood. That you can wear it so you only show your eyes like this. You can have sunglasses. Like that guy, do you know the guy who, what was his name? Filthy Wilson.
these. Oh,
Filthy Wilson. Do you know who he is?
yeah. Have you ever heard of Z's?
He's-
I think I asked you this before. You never heard of Z's, right? Z's, the bodybuilder from Australia.
No, I don't think so.
He was like Charlie, but a bodybuilder version.
Okay.
He was a skinny kid who used to bodybuild.
Alright.
And you know, it was a joke he used to troll, but then he really became like a really great bodybuilder. And then he died in Thailand.
Maybe he faked it till he made it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
These people are talking about 10 milligrams. The actual minimum requirements for avoiding scurvy in humans is 10 milligrams.
Yeah, it's way too little. You need a lot more than 10 milligrams. You need a lot more.
No, but they're saying
I
like to
said,
avoid
you need at
scurvy.
least- yeah, to avoid scurvy. But for like good health, there's not one person doesn't need like 10 grams of vitamin C. You need at least 10 grams of vitamin C every day. And if you have health problems, you need a lot more. I recommend you listen to Susan Humphreys talk. She explains the details of it, how animals.
Okay, this is Ray P.
Yeah.
He says what Ray has said is that the first absorbic acid put on the market in the 50s was a great product, but they quickly came with a cheaper production that was created in the lead room, which contaminated the products and caused him and many people many allergies.
It sounds. Yeah, I don't trust it. I'm gonna add this live stream to my collabs playlist. You can do that before it's finished, actually. Here we go. Collabs. Alrighty.
Someone on the forum, they responded by saying, "I took 1 gram of vitamin C and didn't feel anything."
Yeah, because you took 1 gram. It's like you're thirsty. If you're really thirsty, your body's really thirsty for vitamin C. Let's say you're really thirsty, you're dehydrated, really thirsty for water. You're like, I took 1 teaspoon of water, I didn't feel any better. It's like, let's say you do like a sea flush or whatever, you do a flush and you get dehydrated, and then you like get in a sauna, you lose a lot of liquid, and you dehydrated and you start feel like exhausted and whatever bad. And then somebody says, you need a lot of water, you need water. And like, I took 1 teaspoon, I took half a teaspoon of water, I don't feel any better. Yeah, you need a lot more.
Mangoes contain 38 milligrams.
Yeah, and I think 1 glass of lemon juice contains about 100 milligrams of vitamin C. Around.
Have you ever heard of a fruit called Kakadu plum? Kakadu plum.
No.
It's an Australian fruit and it contains 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C.
That's 5 grams.
That's 5 grams, yeah.
Are you sure it's not 500 milligrams?
No, it says 5,000. That's the most vitamin C you could get from any product.
Yeah, that's 5 grams. That's a lot. I didn't know that actually. Thanks for letting me know. Kakadu plant.
Kakadu plum.
Kakadu plum. Okay.
Yeah, this fruit is native to Australia, and it's also a good source of protein.
It's probably really expensive.
There's another. The second is camu camu. It's a guava berry that grows in the Amazon rainforest. It has 1,500 to 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C.
The thing is, we need a lot more vitamin C than we can get from our diet alone. Same with other vitamins.
They said vitamin C is destroyed by heat and long storage times.
Yeah, vitamin C will get oxidized. Some things will destroy vitamin C. If you leave it in like a see-through bag on the windowsill and you get direct sunlight on it, that will oxidize it. Moisture, water will destroy vitamin C.
Someone on P-Form, they said vitamin C is only manufactured. There's only 2 vitamin C manufacturers in the whole world, and those 2 brands might be the same product. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't agree with Ray Pete. You know that.
But did you hear that? There's only 2. They got a monopoly on vitamin C. There's only 2 manufacturers of vitamin C in the world. Now that Ray Pete didn't say that. Someone who came on his forum.
Oh, okay.
Vitamin C may treat cancer.
If you're on Facebook, I would suggest you look. I would look at Andrew W. Saul on Facebook, the Mega Vitamin Man. Andrew W. Saul. I'll post a link to his page on in the live stream. He's got a really good page on Facebook where he gives information about vitamins and supplements, and he has a good website, doctoryourself.com, with a lot of good information too.
Oh, Ray P said he doesn't recommend vitamin C. He says that but he believes in doing supplementing vitamin C. He believes results in a huge amount of iron being absorbed into the organism. He says the supplements don't necessarily contain iron themselves, but it gets the body reacts to it. It creates more iron when you take vitamin C supplements.
It can increase iron uptake.
Then Ray P went on to say, a lot of foods are very, very high in vitamin C content, but they're not reflected on the food charts. because the C therein is not the form commonly measured. P said that vitamin meat has a very high vitamin C content, all as
Yeah,
well
but
as
it's
milk.
destroyed. But yeah, but you would have to eat it raw because vitamin C is destroyed by heat, and if you fry or even boil it at those temperatures, you're going to be destroying like oxidizing vitamin C. So that sounds like somebody doesn't know what they're talking about. If I take a teaspoon of vitamin C powder, put it in water and boil it, maybe a minute after it's going to be completely neutralized. And if I cool it down and drink it, it's not going to give me any vitamin C. And if it's in meat and you're frying it, you got to heat the meat to a high temperature for it to be safe to eat. At those temperatures, the vitamin C will be destroyed and oxidized. Anyway, I typed in 2 links. It looks like they might not have gone through. Maybe it's like a link.
Oh no, they didn't even get in.
Because it's I put in 2 good links here. One of them was to Andrew Saul's Facebook page about vitamin supplements and stuff. And the other one was his website. It's called Doctors. I can type it in the private chat. If you want to post, you can post it. If not, it's up to you.
Yo, oh, the links are here.
Yeah, I put them in the private chat. So if you want to post them, you can post them. If not, you don't have to. It's your live stream. And it looks like you dropped out of the live stream there for a moment. I think you'll come back. I gotta get some from the kitchen. I'll be right back. Refill my water.
Yeah, I'm just like you. I'm stubborn, so so I'm not gonna give up on my guy like that. Just like how you got into vitamin C, I got into P from researching.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah.
I just walked in.
Oh, yeah.
God said, look upon your face. Should have changed the zip lock. Should have made you leave your key. If I had known for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. Okay, I'm back.
Maybe you should think about getting those fruits that I was talking about with the high C content.
I wouldn't mind trying it. I like eating fruit sometimes. It's just that fruits are high in carbs. So I don't eat a lot of fruits usually, but I don't mind trying things. A lot of times, you get citrus flavonoids in vitamin C fruits that will help to absorb vitamin C. So if I take ascorbic acid vitamin C in water, if I squeeze some lemon juice in there, it might help to absorb the vitamin C a little bit better. You don't need it, but it can optimize it a little bit.
It's funny, Pete says that vitamin C is good, but he doesn't know about the people manufacturing it now. Just in my room, man.
So are there any other TIs? What TIs do you think are fake? Like, are there some that I haven't mentioned that are on your radar? Some fake TIs on YouTube?
All of them are fake.
Yeah, most of them, not all, but most.
Not all, but like most of them. I mean, like the most popular ones.
Yeah, the big ones. It's like Chuck said, 9 out of 10 of them are fake.
Okay, we're live right now, right?
Yep.
So it's a popular TI who I left my number on their channel. We started talking. The minute I found out they were fake, I gave them benefit of doubt, kept giving them benefit of doubt, kept giving them benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
Then I was like, okay, this person is fake. So I started going on live streams, going on videos, telling people like this person's not real. Then out of nowhere, people like rumors were going around that I was a fake.
All right.
You know what I'm trying to say?
That's
Like
what
it's
they
like,
do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what they will do. They will reverse Darvo. They will deny, argue, um, redirect. No, reverse victim offender. So they'd be like, they are offending. They are the offend. They are the fake TI, and they will deny. You will be like, you're fake TI. They will deny it, and they will say they reverse. They'd be like, no, actually, I'm the real TI, and you're the fake TI. So they will do that. This George Bukowska, Living Soul 144 witch woman, she did that to me too. I'm calling her witch just to make fun of her. I don't actually believe she's a witch. That would be crazy talk.
right. Some people would think that you're being serious.
Yeah. Now I'm coughing. Maybe I'm a perp. I gotta do disclaimers sometimes because I wear a red jacket and I cough. I got asthma and allergies, so I cough a lot. So sometimes I cough. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not a perp. It's like because I know there's some TS are so sensitive that they will think if you cough one time that they will think you're a perp. If you wear a red jacket, if you wear anything red, if they see anything red on your video, they will think you're in on it. But I can sympathize with them because I've been more sensitive in the past than I am now. And I know human psychology, I know how it works.
Yeah, vitamin C is all these people on repeat form. They don't supplement, but they mostly use it when they get sick.
They should supplement with it.
Repeat. Now you should definitely research them though.
Yeah, I can look into them if I have the time. I have so much on my plate. There's so many things I have in the backlog, channels to check out, and things to do and stuff. But yeah, I think I could check him out. Maybe I'll make videos exposing him. I don't know. Get a beef going, a Ray Pete beef going. Ray Pete exposed. Stop telling people not to take vitamin C or something.
Someone came on the forum. They said vitamin C is a proven therapy. It has been for 50 years.
Yeah. And that makes me. This is the thing with Ray Pete. He's either like working. He's like either an agent. This is what I think. I think he's either an agent and he's trying to get people not to take vitamin C because the Satanic Illuminati doesn't want people to learn about vitamin C because they wouldn't need the big pharma, and the Satanic Power Elite have eugenics goals. They want people to be sick. They want people to die of diseases, and they want people to be dependent upon the system. They don't want people to be competent, strong.
But can I tell you something though?
Yeah.
Like before it was a TI, when like I'll go to friend's house or cousin's house. The vitamin that most of them have is vitamin C, a multivitamin and vitamin C. Would you agree with that? Like vitamin C is like a common vitamin that people have, normies have.
Yeah, the problem is people don't mega dose it. They take maybe 1 gram, 2 grams a day. 500.
They took like one.
milligrams.
They took like 1 milligram a day.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Yeah, it's like, it's way too little.
There was some supplements. I got the one with 1,000 milligrams. There was some that had like 200 milligrams.
It makes it complicated because it's easier to dose yourself with 1 gram. And you won't make it all, so you need at least 10 grams every day. No matter, like if you're a healthy adult, if you're like 18 years old, like you're fairly young, you're gonna need 10 grams. If you have any type of health issue, stress in your life, you're probably gonna need a lot more than that. Like 20, 30, something like that, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, so if you want to make it also vitamin C, it's easier if it's 1 gram, because then you got to take 10 pills a day to get those 10 grams. And you can just take one every hour, that's 10 hours. A lot of people are awake for around like 12 hours. Wake up at 6. Actually, more than 12 hours. But yeah, you can take like 1 gram every hour or 2 grams every 2 hours. Dose yourself. If you have a serious health problem, you want to take it more often. You want to take like 1 gram every 30 minutes or something.
Oh, what was that guy you was telling me to look up earlier?
Andrew
Tyshawn
Saul.
Sneed.
And oh, okay, Tyree Sneed. That's a crazy person. I don't know if you want to waste your time on him. He's like a crazy.
Oh yeah, right,
crazy
right, right.
person.
On this, yeah.
He's like Charlie C, only more crazy. And I think he's a fake PI. He claims to be a total individual. And what irritated me about him is they don't know how hard my life has been. And what he did on his life, he said something. He said this, like, Mike, you wouldn't be able to live 1 week in my shoes. You're not even it. So he's like claiming to be like heavily targeted, and he doesn't even get heavy targeting, and whatever. But they have no idea how hard my life has been, the type of resiliency and mental and physical toughness that I have to have survived and endured all this hardness I've had in my life, like from the targeting. They have no idea how hard it is to be a targeted individual at the level that I've been targeted, and everything else even became before my targeting went live. So it's just inversions. So he's a fake TI.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he wouldn't survive a month of this, on my targeting. He goes insane from like one person messing with him.
And that dude Charlie already started prepping me.
I challenge him to. I would challenge him to boxing match. If we could do a GoFundMe, he could fly to Sweden. We can do like a charity match or something.
Yeah, I could already tell.
Who do you think will win, me or Charlie C in a boxing match?
I think you destroyed this dude.
I hope so. I have good
Oh,
days
no,
and
no.
bad days. If he catches me on a bad day, maybe he'd actually win.
No, did you say Tyree or Charlie?
Both.
I think Tyree, you would finish him, but Charlie, I don't know about Charlie. You and Charlie, I don't know. I think you'll beat this Tyree dude.
Yeah, but yeah, I think I could beat. I think I could beat Charlie on a good day. On a bad day, he might catch me. Like on a bad day.
Charlie has the standard of a 60-year-old smoker, fat chain smoker.
Yeah, I chain smoke sometimes, and I can outwalk and outrun most people. What's up?
No, I said a 60-year-old fat chain smoker.
Yeah. I'm joking around. I'm goofy. Sometimes people can't tell when I'm joking. I'm kind of. I have a weird sense of humor sometimes. Are you using the on-screen keyboard?
Oh yeah. No. This is the
I think
TV.
with MMA rules, I think definitely I could beat Charlie. If you like submission holds, kicks, punches, elbows, all that.
On the play.
If it's
This is
only
what I
punches, is that the one that I sent you? No, this is different, right?
Yeah, but it got recommended to me.
Oh yeah,
Since I'm
'cause
talking
I
to you.
sent the B-17 Sleep Bomber audio. That's what I used to use. The Sleep Bomber B-17. It's like 8 hours
Yeah.
long, and it's this humming fan sound.
We should start a YouTube channel, a troll channel, where we're pilots. You get one side, I get one side.
Yeah, we can use the StreamYard like overlay. That Dream did that. Dream 2.5, the guy I visit his license sometimes. He did
Oh.
it. He made it look like the Starship Enterprise in the background, and I was Spock. I was doing this with my hand like Spock, and he was Captain Kirk. So we could do that. We're pilots, and I would be the guy dropping the bombs, like the gunner.
No, but
You be the
this will be real though. We wouldn't be saying this isn't fiction. This is real. Like we'll say we're real pilots.
I think I could fly a plane. I learned on the go. I learned on the fly. They get me a plane.
You get on one side, and you get the same YouTube video that I have, and it looked like one was pilot, one is co-pilot, one in the cockpit.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll get mad views. But today we're headed.
We're gonna drop some truth bombs on the Nazi government gang stalking program, and we're approaching the target area, and then we're like, okay, it's Scott Snitz's YouTube channel. We find fake TIs. We had the StreamYard overlay, and it's like inside of a bomber plane. And then it's like we're plotting what place we're gonna bomb, and we let them know ahead of time. We're not scared about them trying to intercept us with
Now,
fighter jets and
but
stuff.
we gotta lull them in first.
Yeah,
Like the
but
TIs will come
the
in.
fighter jets, you know what they would do when they have bombers come in? They would scramble fighter jets to try to intercept the bomber. So that would be the trolls coming. So see, the analogy holds true. It's actually a good analogy. When I make live streams and I start hitting certain points and like watching Scott's YouTube channel, I'm like, okay, he's a fake. I'm attacking their life factory there. It's like a bombing run. We're bombing tank factories or whatever. And then they will scramble fighter jets to counter me as I'm dropping truth bombs. That would be the trolls coming into the chat room trying to intervene and like interfere with my operation, my truth sharing operation. So yeah, it holds true. We could do that.
This is another good one.
Yeah. What do you use these for? Is this for sleeping? Do you use this when you
Yeah,
sleep?
I use this one a lot.
All right. I haven't been on my A game, but sometimes I like to push myself, not to be perfectionistic. Sometimes if I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I'm sharp enough to do a live stream right now, too tired to whatever, too much brain inflammation, I'll be like, whatever, let's do it. It's good. You get experience that way.
Jonathan Kleck.
Jonathan Clegg is a crazy talk. It's insane.
Why does my screen look mad blurry?
Yeah, it could be your lens. You could have a smudge on your camera lens. If you're filming with your phone, it could be that you have like a smudge on your camera lens. Maybe
But
you
it's
have
only like that when I do it to the TV screen though.
okay.
It wasn't like that for nothing else.
Well, it's more blurry now, so I think it could be that. It could be that.
Or smudge it.
I think it could be. Sometimes if you eat something, you eat potato chips or something that has sort of a fat on it, and then you touch
But
it.
it wasn't like this before. Only when I started pointing it at the TV.
All right.
Or you see my last search. I was searching Charlie.
Maybe we'll do some copyright disclaimer, protected commentary on them. But you know, you got to be prepared. If you talk about these people, you might start a beef, and they might lose their crap and start making videos against you. But that might be a good thing for you. Actually, it might help your channel grow.
There's actually people do that. Start beefs on purpose to grow the channel.
Yeah.
Look, this is the guy I was talking about, Rob Ager. See, Cell Items, he does the film analyst, alien corporate monster. Look, eyes wide shut.
Yeah.
He does analyst on the Halloween movie, the first Halloween movie. He calls it Finn, the first. Do you like, have you seen all the Halloweens, or most of them?
Yeah, they were big in the 90s. Mike Myers, MM.
Yeah.
That's something right there.
His analyst on the first film, he says that in the first film, the reason why it's the best is because it's more fear based instead of them running for Michael and show Michael like jump scares and like
Yeah, it's more maybe it's more like the suspense, like the imagination. It's like it's like the Blair Witch. The Blair Witch movie was scary, but you don't see the witch. It's not something like jumping up like, you know, the jump scare thing. It's not that. It's not like the startle response, cheap effect. It's the atmosphere and the it's like what you think might happen and all of this.
What might happen?
Yeah. Did you buy that machete, by the way, that I recommended to you?
No.
No. Did you like it though?
Yeah, it looked cool.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna no weapons. You know who's always into the thinking that, oh, look, this is advice for aspiring film analysts. Watch this movie.
This is the smallest knife that. No, this is not the smallest knife that I have, but it's one of the smallest.
I was always into the thinking that if you carry a knife or a gun, like if you carry a gun, your chance of getting shot increase. If you carry a knife, your chance of getting stabbed increase.
You mean according to statistics?
Yeah. But you know what's even crazier that I realized? You're not even in the minority by carrying that. That's like the majority.
Yeah, but I'm talking about having it at home, like home defense weapon.
Right. Like everyone has one, basically. I'm in the minority by saying I don't have one. This is a good movie, Cell Block 99.
A movie I recommend TS watch is Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, someone recommended that to me
I might
the
do
other day.
commentary on that.
Yeah, I have to watch it now.
I might do a commentary on it, and then what's his other movie? No Country for Old Men. That's also a good movie.
You like these Lone Wolf movies?
Yeah, I'm gonna call my girlfriend soon, so I'm gonna have to hop off. But I'll be on for a few minutes.
All right. All right.
I have graced you with my presence.
Thanks.
I'm making myself sound more arrogant than I am on purpose. I have graced you with my presence. Whatever, yeah. I get weird sometimes.
No, that's cool. I'm thinking you're being dead serious.
That's kind of how I am sometimes. I sneak in jokes that nobody else picks up on. They fly on the radar, and then later, I go watch the live stream and I laugh at my own jokes. It's like an Easter egg joke. It's like I make a very deep layered joke or something that other people can't tell it's a joke, and then it's like I'm hiding an Easter egg in there for myself, and then later I go laugh about it. It's kind of
That's smart.
Yeah, it gets weird. Things get weird sometimes.
Inside joke.
Yeah, things get weird. Yeah, it's very inside because it's like you. It's only you who gets it.
Do you play video games?
I used to, not anymore. If you want to get into video games, I recommend Napoleon Total War with the Darth mode, and I recommend these. This is weird for TI, but there's a video game called Stalker. It's a series called Stalker, and it's a survival horror game. It's a weird game for TI to play, but it's called Stalker Shadow Chernobyl. It's a series. They have Call of Pripyat, and they have what's the other one called? Yeah, I think there's 3 of them, and there's mods for it, and it's a very good game. I used to love that game, and actually, it can help you as target individual. It actually helped me to figure out some solutions, and it helps to get you from mind. Yeah. And I think actually that video game is like it has hidden layered meaning about the gang stalker program in it.
There's a video we put out.
All right.
It's called "A Million Ways to Vote." That could be helpful to us.
None of them matter.
You never know. No, I'm not talking about in his sense, but I mean, they could be helpful to us, you know, in getting the word out.
Yeah, we'll get the word out. Don't worry about it. We'll get the word out like nothing else, bro. We'll get the word out. Getting the word out They're not gonna stop us from getting the word out. It might take some time, but I think this program, we do have a chance to get this program exposed to the public. It's not impossible. People apply
God
themselves.
says, don't even try. It's impossible. Don't even waste your time.
Yeah, and he works for the program. He also says don't record the perps. And what did you notice? What did you notice after you started recording? That they are not harassing you as intensely since you started recording, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, but Scott says don't record. So it's like he's helping the program, and it's like don't. Some things he says is like true because he has to mix in some truths in there. Some things that are thought by too. Like if you listen to Ellen, these people, they'd be like, sign the petition. Let's sign a petition, and that's how we get to stop. They control the courts. We're not going to win a lawsuit unless it's like super obvious. A lot of judges are Freemasons too. So you don't want to have toxic hope in the system.
You know, it's funny on my channel. I have a Scott playlist. I have a video of must-watch Scott videos.
Maybe you should have a playlist must-watch Mike's videos and change to real, because you got the fake copycat anti-mini-me clone. So it's like you look at the real deal right now, who they typecast as Scott to copy me. So now you know the real one. You got to know the fake one. Oh, see, that's the downward spiral right there. I saw the downward spiral. Yeah. Listen,
That's like a subliminal message.
Yeah, subliminal message, downward spiral. And remember, you heard it first. I did the decoy. I got on one of my live streams. I showed these things. I'm like, they're telling you it's a downward spiral. You start listening to Scott Snitzer, it's a downward spiral, and it ends with death. He's got the skull later on. So you look at it in sequential order. First, they show you the downward spiral, and then later death. There's a verse in the Bible saying, there is a way that seemeth right unto man, but the end thereof is death. And I think they might be referencing that, the Freemasons, because they know the Bible and they use it. They use it in reverse, so to speak. Yeah.
But look, he created playlists on his pages, right?
Yeah.
I'm not forget it. He puts helpful stuff.
He has to have some good stuff that he copies from other people, these other people to promote himself. He's got to have some good stuff. And it sounds crazy, but I actually believe that he still counter me and copy me and be like a clone on me. They do that.
Well, I thought you were legit, man. No, I was talking to Scott. I said I thought you were legit.
Yeah, but at least it's good. I give you credit for responding to the truth and not like, no, I don't want to see the truth. I'm gonna keep believing Scott is real. They just saw through it. That's good that you could accept that you have been wrong about it. I can respect that.
I thought he was a fake when I first started Googling targets, because he was like one of the first people they used to recommend to me.
So your initial assessment was right.
Yeah, I was like, why would why would they keep recommending this guy to me if he was the real deal? Doesn't make any sense, because I know every turn I make, these people are everywhere. So it would make sense for the same thing to happen online.
All right, so I think I'm gonna hop off.
All right, man.
And we can talk. You can write me on Instagram. We stay in touch.
All right, that's cool.
All right. Okay. Take care. It was good being on your show. Thanks for having me.
All right. Good night, Rick.
Okay. Goodbye.